getting schedules and network of employers after graduation. Now, I the community.
The mission of customer is to serve our clients and encourage services available.
Charles or other room, and we make like family. Proud supporter of Muskie athletics. For Muskie go. Team.
King Jefferson in particular. Open it. Starting this game could trans well. And open hasn't
Uh, Jefferson had I'll say, disappointing 1-8 season last year. When you look at, that's kind of the fun thing about high school football. Victory. Position players. One who kind of sticks out on the was Ezekiel, 100-meter. Really dynamic.
Yeah, he and they really need play into space. He's a terrific athlete. Gay on the outside for Muscatine. Jefferson has Leggins, as you mentioned. And the thing about the difference from last week and this week, Kennedy was a very one-dimensional team.
He's got some ability.
Joel and Muscatine calls in.
It works out perfectly because it's right at the time I'm picking my kids up from school, so I get some drive time. So, Mark, again, thanks so much for spending some time with us.
I appreciate it, Joel. Brian.
We're going to step away 2 minutes. You're listening to Muskie Football on the Muskie Sports Network.
Poop pouch for your local service. Call for
knows that farmers are never off the clock. Thing mad. He does get into manufacturing industry of your return. We prepare you class and network of employers. We are Eastern Iowa Community Colleges, the community college.
We are back live at Kingston Stadium. Brian Musell, Joel Crosshour on the pregame show, sponsored by Hy-Vee Market Grill and Express.
The Invisible Bunny.
Yeah. Tonight's stats, want to thank Mark Dukes, of course, from Dukes. He's still on the radio?
Yeah, he's at KGYM.
KGYM. What a great station up here. Muskie's stat-wise coming into this one tonight. Sam Wieskamp made all the throws a week ago, 8 out of 19, 127 yards and 2 touchdowns. Quarterback rating of 133. Tim Nimley led the Muskies in rushing, 23 carries for 127 yards. Eli Gay, 4 receptions for 38. Zach Hardy, 3 for 89. Both of those guys with touchdowns. And now the Muskies like to get the ball in the hands of Eli a lot more tonight. Jefferson, not a lot of guys handling the football. Jacob Coyle, a fine quarterback, 4 of 13 a week ago against Kennedy for just 43 yards. Ezekiel Leggins, their leading tailback, 9 carries, 63 yards, 7 yards at a carry, and 1 touchdown a week ago. Gabe Coyle, 4 catches, 43 yards, a receiving leader, the only guy that caught a pass a week ago. They lost 21-10. And the Muskies, there you have it for our stat leaders. Some other area games tonight, folks. Big nights, as always, in high school football. Bettendorf and Iowa City West. Iowa City West, Joel 0-1, losing at North Scott 14-7 a week ago.
That was a surprise, I think, to a lot of folks.
Correct. So West, if they fall to 0-2, Bettendorf's got a fine squad. Prairie at Pleasant Valley. That should be another good one at Spartan Stadium. The Spartans lost to Bettendorf a week ago. Assumption travels to Dubuque-Wahlert. Davenport North at Dubuque Senior North 1-0. Last night, of course, Davenport West knocked off Clinton to go to 2-0. Other area matchups this week in the Muscatine land area. Durant goes to North Cedar. West Liberty's at Solon. Columbus at GMG. Joel, what does GMG stand for?
Garwin something, I don't know.
You're making that up.
I think Garwin's one of them.
Louisa Muscatine versus Van Buren. Wapello at West Branch. And Wilton goes to Northeast. Wilton losing their opener to Durant a week ago. But Northeast, I think they can feel good about this one. Northeast lost 41-7 to Comanche a week ago. Coach, we're ready. What do you think about tonight's game? How do you break this one down?
I think you break this down and you can't be one-dimensional. The Muscatine's got to be more efficient in how they pass the ball. 133 QB rating is not bad for what Sam did, but his completion percentage was just under 50%, under 45% at 42. They want to see that increase. That's with Muscatine's short, controlled passing game, when they want to get the ball into their playmakers' hands, no matter who's taking the snaps, that's what Muscatine wants to see, is good, efficient throws, putting it in your playmakers' hands in the spot where they can not only just catch the ball, but they can quickly transition into making a big play. Eli Gay, Tim Nimley, Zach Hardy, Jake Draves, guys in the passing game are dangerous athletes when they have the ball in their hands. So that's what Muscatine's going to want to see, a growth in their passing game, in their yards per catch, and their completion percentage. They also are going to want to see Tim Nimley, his first contact needs to be a little bit further down the line. If you look at last week's game, Central really controlled the line of scrimmage. Muscatine has a big challenge, and I'm sure that they've challenged their trench workers on the offensive and defensive line to do a better job of controlling the line of scrimmage.
Good breakdown there, and I know the Muskies still in shock. The best way to recover from a heartbreaking loss at the end of the game is to go play the next one. So I know they're anxious to get on the field and hopefully, erase that memory of Sam Strang, a heck of a game, punching it in from 1 yard.
I think that there's a myth, too, about sometimes with the Davenport public schools, right, wrong, or indifferent. That was the first time all 3 of them have won in 20 years last week. And I think we're getting ready for our national anthem. But my point is that Central team that we lost to, the Muscatine lost to last week, that's a good football team. So you can't beat yourself up too much.
Folks, our national anthem. Great rendition of the national anthem by the Jefferson Jayhawk Marching Band. Want to mention the starting lineups for tonight's contest for your Muscatine Muskies. Offensively at left tackle, Caden Roberts, 6'2", 210 and a junior. Right next to him, Alex Edwards, 5'9", 240 and a junior. Anthony Mathias at center, 5'11", 215 and a senior. The only senior in the offensive line, Xander Stolfus, 6 foot 255 and a junior at right guard. Charlie Becker, 5'10", 235 at the other tackle. Tight end is Brady McDaniel, 6'5", 200. The wide receiver is Zach Hardy. McDaniel, a senior. Another senior, Zach Hardy, had a big game last week. 6 foot 175. Eli Gay, 5'9", 170. Jake Draves, the other receiver, at 6'2", 150. Both juniors. Sam Wieskamp, the quarterback, 6'1", 210, and a senior. Up front on defense for the Muskies, Sean Brown, 6 foot 195, and a senior. TD Telgendeson, 6 foot 315 at nose tackle. Nick Peterson at right end, 6'5", 190, and a junior. The linebackers for the Muskies, Diego Rangel, played terrific football a week ago, 5'10", 175, and a junior. Mentor Cooper, the other outside linebacker. Mentor is 5'9", 185, and a junior. Josh Thomas, another junior, 6'1", 190 inside, and he'll be joined by Anthony Sanchez, 6 foot 195, and a junior. In the backfield, it'll be Prince Wee at one corner, and Prince Wee is 6 foot 185 and a junior. Tak Portilla, 5'7", 160, and a senior at the other corner. Tegan Schmelzer at one safety, 5'9", 175. Xander Morgan or Jorge Ocampo at the other safety, 6'2", 175 for Morgan, and Jorge is 5'11", and 185. Captains, go ahead, Joel.
We talked a lot about the defense, or the offense in the breakdown statistically, because that's kind of the lowest hanging fruit to talk about. Muscatine needs to see an improvement on their defensive side of the ball. Not that they played poorly last week, but just to tackle better and be a little bit more aggressive in the defensive secondary as far as coming up and supporting the run.
Captains meet at midfield. Watching this game all season long. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Discover Muscatine.
So Jefferson's going to defer.
And they will kick off to the Muskies. So the Muskies want to get off to a fast start. Last week didn't do it. And I know Coach Mueller and those guys are excited about getting off to a quick start tonight. It's imperative. Like we said, both teams 0-1 and hungry for a win, and they both believe this is a game they can win tonight.
The schools of the Mississippi Valley Conference and Mississippi Athletic Conference believe that good sportsmanship is paramount during all activities.
And when you start off on offense like Muscatine's about ready to do, you've got to, one, have a good special teams play. We need to make sure that we aren't creating a turnover, giving the opportunity to your offense to actually come onto the field and make some big plays. And with this dangerous return men that Muscatine has, there's always that good chance that they could get really good field position on the start.
Joel, I got to tell you, I'm impressed with the renovation here at Kingston Stadium. The old bleachers that used to take up the half-moon circle at one end zone, they're gone. It's a grassy knoll now. But you've got, looks like new bleachers that tell you the field is phenomenal. I was down there before the game. Great scoreboard. Haven't been here since the Muskies came on the road opening night 3 years ago now. And the Muskies, while my son Jake was on that team, Alfonso Socco put on a highlight reel performance, knocked off number 3 Kennedy to open that season. And let's see if the Muskies can show up and put on that kind of performance tonight. As the kicker for Jefferson is Jake Thompson, or excuse me, Jacob Cross, 6'2", 173 and a junior. The Muskies have Prince Wee and Eli Gay both standing on their 5-yard line. Jeff in the home, I would say Carolina blue uniforms, white helmets, the Muskies white jerseys, purple pants, and Vegas gold helmet and trim. And Eli Gay catches it in the end zone for a touchback. Muskies will go 1st and 10 on their own 20.
Yeah, really nice kickoff there for Jefferson. That's a touchback is a great weapon to have.
You know they're going to load the box, Joel, for Nimley with that huge year he had a week ago. He still had 127 yards last week, or a year ago, his numbers, but last week, 127. Think we'll see if maybe some more first down passing to loosen it up a little bit?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, but then Muscatine comes right out with a two-back look. And what that does is make them have to respect Eli Gay in the backfield as well.
Gay and Nimley behind Wieskamp, and now Gay in motion. Wieskamp, play action, flares it out to Eli. He's got it, and he's going to be thrown for a loss back at about the 17, called the 18. He's going to lose 2 on first down. It'll be 2nd and 12.
Yeah, a little run-pass option there, which we're seeing so much more, and they're so integral part of Muscatine's offense. And yes, it's a loss there, but Muscatine's coaching staff is able to kind of see how they're adjusting to that, because there's actually some backside opportunity here with the receiver.
3 receivers to the right, Wieskamp and Nimley. Back to pass, Sam. Sets, flares it out to Nimley in the flat. Tim cuts it up over the 20, breaks a tackle at the 25, 30, still on his feet out near the 38. Tim Nimley with a short pass, and he ran 20 yards on his own, and that's why Nimley's so dangerous. First down, Muskies.
Yeah, that's just a beautiful. It's going to go down as a pass because he did go forward, but that's basically just a toss play. And you get Nimley out in space. I like your options.
I know the coaches wanted to get Eli more involved, and that's another way to get Tim involved in the passing game. A good receiver. Twins left, and Draves to the right. There's a give to Nimley up the gut, 40. Got some room over the 45 to the 46. 8-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 2, and Tim Nimley has got it on go.
Yeah, that was a big-time first down play. The offensive line did a great job of crashing down to the left, and a good kick-out block from the tight end, Brady McDaniel there.
Hardy and McDaniel left. Gay goes in motion now. Draves wide right. 2nd and 2, Muskies on their own 46. Opening drive of the game. Wieskamp. Sam. He's going to keep it. Now he spins. He gets hit, and he keeps it. He's going to get a first down. Sammy kept his balance and got out to midfield. A gain of 4, first down, Muskies.
Really good read there from Wieskamp. All the linebacker flow went right with Nimley, and Sam was able to pick his way to the first down.
10-10 and ticking first quarter. No score. Muskies 1st and 10 right at midfield. 2 by 2. Nimley stands behind Wieskamp on first down. Sam barks out the signals, gets a snap, gives to Tim right up the gut. He carries a tackler inside the 45 to the 44. Nimley for 6. And this is the power of Tim Nimley early.
Yeah, you look at his legs. His quads are so big. I'm not sure what the measurements are on that, but he's such a strong power plant there in his lower half.
2nd and 4, Muskies on the Jefferson 44. Wieskamp barks out the signals. He's going to give it to Tim again. He's stopped initially, still on his feet, but Jefferson strings this one out. They're going to throw him for a loss back to the 45. It'll be 3rd and 5.
It was good pursuit defense there from the Jayhawks.
Thompson with a nice play from his linebacker spot. Jake Thompson, number 24.
3rd and 5 from the Jayhawk 45-yard line.
3rd and 5, Muskies. Opening drive, 9 minutes to play, first quarter. They go trips right to the short side, Gay to the left. And now Nimley side by side with Wieskamp.
Got a rusher coming from the top side of the formation.
They give it to Nimley over the right side. Tim cups it at the middle. First down inside the 35 and down to the 33. Nimley rips off 12. 1st and 10, Muskies.
So with the amount of respect that Gay receives on the outside, they're leaving a safety over the top with brackets. And what that allows Muscatine to do is to formation basically to a hat-on-the-hat situation, which gave Muscatine a great advantage there to pick up that first down on the ground.
Draves right, along with Gay in the slot. Hardy wide left, McDaniel slot left, and now Nimley goes slot left also. The Muskies go empty on 1st and 10 from the Jeff 33. And now Tim resets behind Wieskamp. And we've got a timeout, Muscatine. Didn't like the formation.
Well, play
there.
clock was almost at 0.
8:15 to go in the first. No score. We're stepping away for 30 seconds. You're listening to Muscatine Muskie Football on the Muskie Sports Network. Back at Kingston Stadium, the Muskies had a touchback, took their opening drive, and they're still driving. 1st and 10 on the 33 of Jefferson. 8:15 to go in the first quarter. They just used their first time out of the first half. Jefferson yet to see the football. This is exactly the kind of drive Coach Mueller would have liked. He wants to cash in with some points here now. Wieskamp, first down, back to pass. Sammy sets, flares it out to Nimley, and it's incomplete. Good pressure by Thompson from his linebacker spot.
Yeah, good deflection there.
Sorry about that. That was 84, Austin Schulte.
Yeah, nice edge rush there, and he realized he wasn't going to get home, and he got his hands up in the passing lane.
And that's what you've seen in the passing game so far, Joel. Just a pass to Gay and a couple of attended for Nimley. And Tim broke the first one for 20. Quick passes and a solid running game to start.
Well, and that's really Muscatine's offense in a nutshell. It's the philosophy, but you cannot sleep on these outside receivers. They're great athletes, and they'll gash you if you give them a chance.
And now we've got another timeout, Muscatine. So the
Play clock
Muskies
was down again.
burn their second timeout. 8:11 to play. We're stepping away for 30. You're listening to Muskie Football on the Muscatine Muskie Sports Network. We are back at Kingston Stadium. Muskies doing well in the first drive. I know they wish they hadn't burned 2 timeouts already, but nonetheless, they want to make sure the plays are right. Wieskamp in the backfield now, and he has Tak Portia's joined Nimley. There's a give to Nimley. Big hole. Tim, 25, breaks a tackle inside the 20, still running and down to about the 17. Tough run. We'll call it a gain of 16. 1st and 10 Muskies, and Nimley, boy, I don't know if he's been fed all week, Joel. He's a hungry back.
Anthony Mathias, great job of leading the way there, the center position. Whole left side of the offensive line doing their job on that play.
1st and 10 Muskies, we'll call it the 18 on the spot. Tak Portia down there, back there with Nimley, and Tia goes in motion. They give it to Nimley again. Tim to the 15 and down near the 10. Going to be a gain of 8, 2nd and 2 Muskies as they're in the First National Bank red zone for the first time tonight.
Again, right now, I know I've kind of said it a couple of times here, but the Muscatine offensive line really controlling the point of attack. It's very good to see.
2nd and 2 Muskies from the 10. They give to Nimley, cuts it back inside. Tim's going to be near the first down marker. It's going to be close.
I think he's got it. Depends if he gets that left or right foot spot here. And he gets the left foot spot.
Going to be short by inches. So 3rd down and short for the Muskies. Inside the 9-yard line of Jefferson. Opening drive of the game. 6:45 and ticking in the first. No score. Wieskamp. Jefferson showing blitz. They give to Sam over the middle. Incomplete, intended for Draves. And it's going to bring a 4th down now and about a foot. And I'm sure Jake will go for this one.
Yeah, this is a go for it situation. Kind of thought that there was a little arm bar / hook there from the corner. In the NFL, we could challenge that probably. That might be one of those new pass interference challenges.
I'm saying Nimley gets the football here. 4th down and short. Wieskamp rolls, throws it over, and it's complete. And it looks like Gay, but let's see where the spot is. Eli Gay caught it in a slot, but his knee went down. We're going to see where the spot is on this. This is going to be close.
I don't have a good vantage point right here.
I think he gained a little bit. He's short of the 8-yard line. And they said no measurement even. Jefferson holds the Muskies' opening drive. They take it down 72 yards, and they stall on 4th down on the 8-yard line of Jeff, and they'll take over there. 6:30 to play. in the first quarter.
It's interesting that the marker didn't seem to move, but yet they didn't measure that for the first down.
Yeah, and he gained some.
Yeah.
He gained a little bit of yardage, but it still wasn't enough. Jefferson comes out their opening drive, 6:30 to play. First quarter here at Kingston Stadium.
It's a big stop for the Jayhawk defense.
Jake Coyle at quarterback, gives to Leggins. Leggins goes over the right side. He's at the 10. Muskie stack it up and hammer him down right there. Got over to about the 12-yard line. We'll call it a gain of 4. It'll be 2nd and 6. Ezekiel Leggins, our leading rusher.
Leggins on the carry for the Jayhawks.
Nice run support from the corner position from Prince Wee.
Brings up 2nd and 6.
A really good job of setting the edge. It looks like that might be Olsis, the junior at outside linebacker over there for the Muskies.
Schulte left, Moore to the right. There's a pitch. This is Leggins over the left side. Look out, 20. Tripped up on a great tackle by Takportier. He may be still running at the 25, gain of 13, first down, Jefferson.
Takpor, nice job getting off that block of the wide receiver.
Leggins is a fine back. 1st and 10, Jeff now on their own 25. Moore goes to the right, Schulte to the left. Gabe Coyle slot right. There's a give inside to the fullback, and he's up over the 27, a whole host of Muskies. TD in the middle of that. Get him to the turf, going to be a gain of a couple.
Good.
Thompson, the ball carry. Didn't carry it a week ago, his first carry. He gains 3 to the 28. 2nd and 7.
Some nice team defense there. From the center of that defense, TD and the 2 middle linebackers.
5 minutes and ticking here. First quarter, no score. Coyle in the backfield. He gives to Leggins. Leggins dances, and he gets up to TD with a great stop. Gain of 1, but Togan Deason really anchored down the middle of the line that time. It'll be 3rd and 6 from the 29.
Yeah, great job utilizing his hands to get off that block. And that's a one-on-one matchup Leggins isn't going to win as far as once he gets a hold of him.
What a talented junior TD is.
It's interesting. Jefferson's quarterback action on a couple of these plays has almost been the old spinner back pivot move, which can be kind of discombobulating if you are reading that. That's why as linebackers you have to focus on the guards. They will take you to the play.
Trips right, Thompson and Coyle in the backfield. Coyle flips it out to Moore, and he drops it at the 30. 4th and 6. Jefferson will punt this one.
Really good defensive stand there for the Muskies.
Injured player on the field for Jefferson.
Brings up 4th down for the Jayhawks. Injury timeout on the field.
And it looks like Leggins. Training staff coming out for Jeff. 4:11 to play in the first. Ezekiel Leggins down on the field.
Really what Muscatine wanted to do defensively as we wait and see on the condition of Leggins. That was a really good 3-and-out or defensive stop here for the Muskies.
Another first down, and Jeff really completely flips field position again. But here the Muskies, even after a kick, are going to get it probably 35, 40-yard line. And Leggins walks off, limps off a little bit, but I've got to believe he'll be back in this one.
Yeah, and that's really a key for Jefferson. He's one of their more explosive playmakers, and hopefully we see him back in the game. He did miss a lot of last season, unfortunately, as well as a junior.
You're not on time move? Yes.
Jacob Cross on to punt for Jefferson. And Eli Gay stands back on his own 30. There's a snap. And there's the punt.
Ooh.
Short punt.
Peter, get
Very
away.
short punt. Muskie's got to get away, but there's a roll for Jeff Boyd, about a 15-yard roll. And it's going to be down at the 45-yard line. So a short kick of 26 yards. Muskies with great field position, 1st and 10 on their own 45.
Yeah, Muscatine just has to really pick up where they left off. They didn't get any points out of that first drive, which was unfortunate, but they have to be very pleased with how they moved the ball. Now they have to continue that momentum.
Muskies go trips right with Draves, McDaniel, and Gay. Hardy left. 1st and 10 from the 45. Nimley with some big plays on their opening drive. Wieskamp gives to Nimley. Tim dances, cuts it back midfield, bounces it outside 45-40, 35-30, sideline to the 20, 15, 10, and down inside the 5. Tim Nimley busts off a big run of 50. Let's see where they spot this. They spot it right at the 5, a 50-yard run by Nimley, and it's going to be first and goal for the Muskies on the Jefferson 5.
Those are the type of chunk plays that you want to get as an offense. Nimley, great job by the O-line, giving him a hole, jump cut at the second level, and then it's a foot race.
It's a beauty of Tim. He doesn't look to always bounce outside. He bounces inside most of the time, and he's not afraid of that contact. Trips left on the short side. Draves wide right. Wieskamp. He gives to Nimley. Tim swallowed up this time, and he's going to be thrown for a loss. This one back to about the 8. He's going to lose 3, and it's second and goal. You know, Joe, last year, Muskies were very effective in a lot of these situations, getting Cooper Zeck involved, the tight end, with a lot of plays. I wouldn't be shocked they take a shot this time at Brady McDaniel at some point.
Yeah, and a lot of that had to do with the formation, with the weapons outside and with the respect that Nimley garnered from the linebackers. They were able to sneak that tight end. Cooper Zeck, who actually is playing his college football here in Cedar Rapids at College.
He may be here tonight.
Yeah, he very well may be.
Great kid.
And but you've got a target like McDaniel at 6'5", who showed some ability to catch the ball last year playing wide receiver. Definitely a weapon here in the red zone. It'll be interesting to see how Muscatine use it. Hardy and Draves not short receivers either. Hardy gets 6 feet and Draves at 6'2". Muscatine has some real height in the red zone, and sometimes you just ask your quarterback to throw it up there and have your guy go up and win a loose ball, a jump ball, excuse me.
Kenny Moore, the injured Jayhawk, on the field. And he's the second player they've had down. Leggins went out earlier, but I believe he'll return. Moore, they're working on his right ankle, looks like. 3:26 left in the first. If you just joined us, Muscatine got the opening kickoff, drove it 92 yards, and the drive was stalled on the Jeff 8. Jeff got it back, got a first down, kicked it away. Muskies got it back, 1st and 10 on their own 45. Nimley ripped off a 50-yard run down to the 5, and then he lost 3 on the second play, so we sit here second and goal from the 8. Muskies come out, second and goal. From the 8. First National Bank red zone, the second trip of the night for the Muskies. Trips to the right. McDaniel at H-back, 11.
Hardy just got a little jumpy there at the wide receiver position.
Zach Hardy with a big opening night for the Muskies. 3 balls and a big touchdown catch of 43 yards a week ago. Started every game as a junior.
Was a player that Coach Mueller was really high on when we talked to him in the preseason. Was really happy with the leadership he's shown through the out-of-season program. And so far it's translated to the field this senior season for Zach.
Same formation, Wieskamp. Back to pass. Sam sets his feet, throws. It's caught by Nimley, and he's hammered to the turf right away. He's going to lose 3 more. And now we've got 4th and goal from the 14. Clock at 2:05 and ticking here in the first quarter. Jefferson, Muskies have moved it, and they get down this tight, and Jeff's really tightened up the defense both times. Big play for the Muskies early on. They go twins right. And now there's another false start of the Muskies, and that's going to make it 3rd and goal from the 19, or 4th and goal from the 19.
Just giving you a little bit more room, more spacing for those routes. I'm just trying to find a silver lining on that one.
You know, one of these situations, Joel, you can either, throw a short pass, try to run it in, or take a shot in the end zone. And the Muskies really, their history, they've been very effective, jailbreak screen or bubble type screens, and just didn't know if maybe
that
something like that.
That last penalty may have taken that
a little farther out. Back to pass, Wieskamp sets his feet, throws to Hardy, incomplete, and the Muskies turn it over on downs.
And there was the jailbreak. They were going to it.
So the Muskies have 2 opportunities inside the 10, didn't cash in either time. 1:30 left here in the first, and Jefferson takes over on downs once again.
Muskie Sports Network brought to you by some of our fine sponsors. Poop Pals, a great business here in local in Muscatine. Hy-Vee Market Grill Express, our pregame show sponsor, and some of our other fine sponsors. Toyota of Muscatine, who you'll hear at the halftime show.
Coyle wide left. Leggins back in. He's in the slot. And there's Coyle keeping it. Jake Coyle, quarterback, and he's up near the 25. He'll gain 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4 for the Jayhawks.
Coyle on the run for the Jayhawks.
That's been one of the more efficient first down plays for the Jayhawks today.
2nd and 4, Jefferson on their own 25. They'll snap this one just under a minute to play in the first. Coyle gives to his fullback, Thompson. He cuts it up. Muskie string it out. Jorge Ocampo there.
Nice job
along
by
with
Ocampo.
Rangel. A lot of people. Josh Thomas, Peterson in on the tackle. He's going to be short of the first down. It'll bring up 3rd and 1 at the 28.
Really good fill there from the safety position was Ocampo.
Sanchez also went on the stop. Like I said, I think every Muskie linebacker had a piece of that. 3rd and 1, Jayhawks on their own 28. Clock at 25 and ticking here in the first quarter. Thompson takes it on the Wildcat, and he's going to get a first down over the 30. The big fullback out to the 32, first down Jayhawks. And that may be the last play of the first quarter.
Yeah, some multiple looks here that Cedar Rapids Jefferson is throwing at Muscatine.
Smeltzer on the stop for the Muskies. Well, you know, the big back formation reminds me of Strang. How
yeah,
he hurt the Muskies a week ago. You see that on film. Folks, we've played one. We're stepping away for 60 seconds. You're listening to Muskie Football on the Muscatine Muskie Sports Network. We are back at Kingston Stadium. Brian Musell, Joel Crossauer. No score at the end of one. Cedar Rapids Jefferson has 1st and 10 on their own 32. The Muskies have had 2 nice drives, and they've come up empty both times. And now Jefferson opens the second quarter with the football.
Yeah, Muscatine with 2 really good offensive possessions, unfortunately coming away with no points. And now their defense needs to answer the call and keep Jefferson off the scoreboard as well.
Beautiful night. We've been lucky the first 2 weeks of the year. Tonight's a little warmer than a week ago, but it's still a great night for football. It's not hot. It's just a beautiful night.
And we got a T-shirt cannon going off tonight.
Gotta love that. Coyle gets a snap. He's going to give it to Thompson. Thompson up over the 35 to the 36. Gain of 4. They'll take that on first down the way they play. They don't mind 4- and 5-yard runs. They want to control the clock. 2nd and 6, Jayhawks.
And it's good to see Leggins back out there for the Jayhawks as well.
Because we're not square with the field, you can't have this perfectly level. You've got to have it tilted a little off so you actually end up square to the field.
2nd and 6 for Jefferson on their own 36. Coyle option to the right. He's going to keep it. Good play by Rory Smock, but he broke the tackle and got out to the 45 first down. Rory had him initially, but Coyle with some strength there broke that tackle and got to the 45.
Yeah, good hard run from the quarterback there. A little speed option look. That's actually what they had their big play on that first series, but Coyle pitched it.
1st and 10 Jayhawks from their own 45-yard line.
1st and 10 Jayhawks. Coyle to the left. Now Coyle gives the handoff to Leg, and Muskie string him out, almost fumbled it.
Decent.
Togan Deason, what a play by the big nose tackle. And when he plays like that, Joel, he's so disruptive.
Yeah, he's a dominant player when he is able to work his technique and use his hands. And a man of his, and I'm going to say man, a man of his size, when he gets moving, it's impressive to watch.
Fantastic kid, loss of 5. It'll be 2nd and 15, Jefferson back on their own 40. 10:30 to play in the first. Jayhawks break the huddle. There's Coyle keeping it. Mentor Cooper strung that one out. Coyle's going to gain 5. It'll bring up 3rd and 10 from the 45-yard line. Thomas also in the stop with Sanchez.
Deason doing a great job there of getting off that block as well, disrupting that play. 5 yards, though. Good little gain there for the Jayhawks.
Brings up 3rd and 10 from the 45-yard line.
Tom Wilson, good old Tom Wilson texted me the Prairie score with PV. Prairie leads 3-0 at the end of 1 over Pleasant Valley. There's Coyle, flares it out in the flat, and it looks like he's got Robinson, and he's over midfield into Muskie territory. At about the 47, a gain of 8.
Looks like it's going to be about 2.5 yards short there of the first down.
Muskie defense holds, and they'll trot out Jacob Cross for the punt. Be 4th and 3 from the Muskie 48-yard line. First punt went 26 yards, and I think 15 of that was on the roll. As Nimley stands back on his own 10-yard line, or excuse me, Eli Gay stands back on his 10. There's Cross. Rugby style, there's a low line drive kick, and this one's going to bounce. And it's going to be downed right at the 8-yard line. So a good kick this time.
That was a nice punt.
40-yard punt, downed inside the 10. Great kick. Muskies now with their worst field position to start a drive. No score with 8:59 to go in the first half.
It really is amazing how much the punting game has changed in the last 15 years. You know, it used to be everyone they taught the classic, standard drop, kick, punt, and now there's just so many creative ways to get it out there, and it's almost more effective. You see a lot more punts inside the 10-yard line with this new rugby style.
Xander Morgan in at quarterback, his first series of the night. He gives to Nimley, straight at the gut. Tim dodges a tackler and gets out over the 15. Carrying tacklers out near the 20, and it'll be a first down. And boy, Tim Nimley running with reckless abandon tonight. Spotted on the 19, a gain of 11, first down Muskies.
Xander Morgan brings a little bit more of a dual threat to the position.
Morgan at quarterback. Xander gets a snap, gives to Nimley, straight up the gut. Tim breaks another tackle, down to the 24, up to the 24, gains 5. 2nd and 5 for the Muskies.
I just can't stress enough how impressed I've been with Muscatine's offensive line these first few series. Really moving people.
Draves wide right, McDaniel slot right, twins left are Gay and Hardy. 2nd and 5 Muskies. Xander Morgan in at quarterback with Nimley. There's Gay in motion. Morgan,
offside.
And now we've got an offside flag. And this may be a first down depending on the spot.
That's a little jumpy there on the left end for the Jayhawks.
Out to the 29, and it's going to be probably a football short of a first down. So it'll be 2nd down and short for the Muskies. Muskies have trips right.
1st and 10 Muskie from the 29-yard line.
Morgan gets a snap, gives to Nimley. Tim dances over the 30, 35, out near the 40 before he's brought down. As it was a first down run, they did move the stick, so it's going to bring up 2nd down.
Well, I think they're spotting him. They're spotting him up here,
Get another first down.
Yeah, they gave him forward progress.
Okay, forward progress. Another 10-yard run for Nimley out to the 40. And Nimley moving the chains here for the Muskies.
Tried to use the umpire there as an extra blocker. Was unable to get past him.
Morgan gets a snap, and we're going to have another false start on the Muskies. 7:41 to play. In the first half, no score from Kingston Stadium. Nice little sports complex right around here, Joel.
Yeah, you got a beautiful view of Veterans Memorial Stadium where the Cedar Rapids Colonels play. It's not every day you pull up to a high school football stadium and you have a fighter jet that's just being statued and memorialized. It's a great facility up here.
Morgan rolls to his right, looks downfield, gonna shoot it out there, and it's incomplete. It's intended for Draves. Bring up 2nd and 15. Xander's first pass attempt of the season.
It's a nice throw, just unfortunately Draves unable to bring it in. Well defended there from the Jefferson corner.
Draves wide right, Hardy left. Gay in the slot on the right. Menard Cooper now at tailback. Morgan back to pass. He's going to tuck it and run, and he's going to go down at about the 34-yard line. So Xander's going to lose one there, and that'll bring up 3rd and 16 for the Muskies. And Joel, 5 yards isn't a lot, but 5 yards away they were running the football. That false start, it puts you behind the chains, and it's kind of tough. It's tough sometimes to recover from those down and distance.
Yeah, it just gets you off schedule. I mean, that's a term that you hear lots of coaches say that they kind of have a mental image of how they want a series to go, and those are the sort of penalties that can just really disrupt the rhythm of an offense.
2 by 2, Morgan and Cooper in the backfield. And now we've got a timeout. Jefferson, 6:46 to play in the second. No score. We're stepping away for 30 seconds. You listen to Muscatine Muskie football on the Muscatine Muskie Sports Network.
Homecoming weekend next week. The homecoming parade. Jefferson football would like to thank the following sponsors for their support.
We are back at Kingston Stadium. 6:46 left in the first half. The Muskies and Jayhawks are tied at 0. Muscatine has a football, 3rd and 16 from their own 34. You just joined us. They had 2 drives that ventured inside the 10 of Jefferson and came up empty on the point side of it. Jefferson has just crossed midfield once. Muskie defense playing tough. Trips right for the Muskies. Xander Morgan at quarterback with Menard Cooper at tailback. Morgan back to pass, sets his feet, pump fake. Going to take a shot down the sideline. Almost complete. Good play there by Robinson jumping up. But Draves really ran a nice route there. Good attempt for the Muskies, and they're going to have to punt.
Yeah, good look at it there for Muscatine. You got to keep doing that. Challenge him downfield. Jefferson right now running press coverage even in that 3rd and 15 situation. So you just got to ask your receivers to try to beat that.
Brady McDaniel on to punt, stands on his own 20. Ezekiel Leggins stands back on his own 30.
Some of our fine sponsors, Boonies on the Avenue and Avenue Subs. Great
there's
places.
A flag.
Penalty markers down on the field.
And it's another false start on the Muskies. And Joel, I think that's 4 in the first half, and I'm sure Coach Mueller will talk about that at halftime.
Yeah, something they were able to avoid last week. They really played a pretty clean game penalty-wise. Tonight, not the case, but that's, those are things you expect. First road game of the year. And for many of these guys, maybe their first start on the road in a varsity game.
4th and 21 Muskies on their 29. McDaniel. There's the stand. It's partially blocked, I believe. And Jefferson picks it up at the 30, 25, and he's out of bounds. It looked like they got a hand on it.
Yep.
And I believe it was number 13, Josh Larson. 29, sorry, folks. Joel Watts with the block.
And Leggins was able to pick it up, and actually McDaniel heads up to be following the play and push Leggins out of bounds, or he had a clear run to the end zone.
So just like that, the Muskies from a yardage standpoint have dominated the first half, but a big play there, special teams play, a block punt, and Jeff has 1st and 10 on the Muskie 23 now. 6:23 left here in the first half. And now Leggins is in the Wildcat, and he's going to get the snap, and he runs it right up the gut. Breaks a tackle, and there's a flag, going to be a hold, I believe, on Jefferson. That'll negate a nice first down run of about 7 yards.
Yeah, it's usually never good for an offensive line when the umpire throws his flag. And I think it was on the right guard for the Jayhawks.
Indication is holding on Jefferson.
Holding on Jefferson. That'll help the Muskies.
You know, the Wildcat look that, you know, it's not a new thing anymore. I think it's been in football for almost 20 years now. It just gives you an extra lead blocker, and a lot of teams use an unbalanced line as well when they do it. And so Jefferson, seeing that Muscatine had some challenges with the power run game last week, really going heavy their last 2 offensive series.
Spotted on the 31. We'll call it 1st and 18 for the Jayhawks. Leggins on by, it looks like, Sean Brown.
Yeah, and again, another great job of Diego Rangel of turning the play inside to the pursuit. Great gap discipline, run fit discipline from the Muscatine defense.
3rd and 10 from the Muskie 23 now for the Jayhawks. 4:50 and ticking here in the first half. Stay tuned at the half, the Toyota Muscatine halftime show. Twins left, Robinson to the right. Coyle back to pass. Now he rolls to his left. He's going to throw, and it's incomplete. Good defense by Tak Portillo over there. And Jefferson, let's see if they've got a kicker. And it looks like they are going to run out of field goal kicker. Number 25, Jacob Cross, will come out to see if they can get the first points of the game.
And Cross did make a field goal last week.
This will be a 40-yarder. They're going to say 41. They're spotting it on the 31. The no wind now. There was a wind earlier for the sophomore game. 41 yards for Cross. Coyle to hold. There's the hold, and there's the kick. Plenty of leg.
It's good.
And it is good. The kick is good by Jacob Cross. 4:31 left in the first half. 3-zip Jefferson. We're stepping away for 6 here. Listen to Muskie football on the Muscatine Muskie Sports Network.
My name is Brad Kistner, owner of Avenue Subs. Avenue Subs has been a local favorite in Muscatine for years, and we're dedicated to bringing you big sandwiches and big smiles. We're community-driven and proud to call Muscatine our home. On behalf of all the employees at Avenue Subs, go Muskies!
Poop Pals, for your local pet waste management, lawn care service, snow removal, and much more. Starting as low as $7, call your friendly neighborhood pooper scoopers for a quote. Proud supporter of Muskie Sports.
All right, guys, we got some great news. There's a rumor out there there's a huge sales call coming in today.
Good thing Jimmy's not here to steal my thunder again. A big sale? I wonder who it is. Huh? Did I pack a tuna sandwich this morning? Why wasn't I in the last commercial?
All right, everyone on the same page?
You guys are not going to believe this.
I got it!
Oh. Hello, this is Jim. Can I help you?
Yep. Thank you for the business.
Yeah, really nice way to get some better field position. Comes out to the 35-yard line. That's a big break for the Muskies. Short clock, short field.
I don't know what they're grilling out here, Joel, but it smells pretty good.
Yeah, they want to. We'll talk about it on the air if they want to bring it up. I want to do.
I think Anderson would run down and get us a couple burgers or something.
I do want to say thank you to the Cedar Rapids Jefferson Booster Club for providing one of the better programs I've seen in a long time for us to utilize for our broadcast. Some fine people here at Cedar Rapids Jefferson taking care of us tonight.
That's a college-level program. 2-by-2 for the Muskies. 4:31. And Sam Wieskamp back in at quarterback. Nimley stands behind him. Wieskamp gets a snap, gives to Nimley. Tim dances upside, 45. Ooh. Hit hard down. Boy, Leggins came up, put the wood on him. but Nimley didn't flinch. An 11-yard gain, first down Muskies.
That's just two hard-nosed, aggressive football players.
That's a big-time hit, but Tim doesn't get fazed by that. Menor Cooper now in the backfield behind Wieskamp. 2-by-2, first down. Sam gets a snap, gives to Cooper, straight over the left side, out near midfield, and a flag. The Muskies going to get a hold here, and that's going to push it back.
Penalty markers on the field.
Yeah, just an unfortunate situation there where you get the holding call.
So holding on the Muskies after a short run by Menor Cooper. Had a big year at the sophomore level a year ago. And he'd start on a lot of football teams, but he does start. He starts a linebacker, but I'm saying offensively. But not a lot of teams have Tim Nimley on their roster.
Right.
That'll take it back to the 37-yard line.
Not a lot of classes have two backs like Menor Cooper and Tim Nimley.
Great point.
Either.
Great point. It's first and
there
19.
You go, half of those yards back.
Get 5 yards back.
Good discipline there. That's deliberate. Let's go on 2 and try to get some of this back for free.
Nice crowd here tonight, especially Jefferson side of the field. Pretty impressed that quite a few fans here. This is a big venue, so ball out at the 42-yard line. First and 14 for the Muskies. Wieskamp and Cooper in the backfield. Wieskamp back to pass. Sam fires. And the umpire got it right in the chest. It's incomplete. What if you would have caught that, Joel, and taken it the other way? Does that count?
Nope.
Okay.
Can you tackle him?
If he's running with it, yeah. Incomplete. Watch out on our
on the replay. That's
live streaming replay. Umpire, he ducked, but it didn't hit him in the head.
Yeah.
Trips left for the Muskies. 2nd and 14. They're on 42. Sam Wieskamp back to pass, sets, fires to Gay in the slot. Eli loses it. It's incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 14. 3:36 to play in the first half. Jefferson leads the Muskies 3-zip.
Broken up by the Jayhawks, number 26, Jamari Robinson.
Looking for that tunnel screen. But with what Jefferson's doing with their corners, they're basically locking in man-to-man, and they're running almost press coverage. So it's harder and harder to run that quick game when you have that pressure or that defense so close.
Draves and Hardy right. Gay all by himself to the left. Wieskamp barks out the signals. Sam back to pass. Sets, fires to Cooper into flat. Incomplete. And boy, Robinson put a shot on him. And it's going to be 4th down for the Muskies and 14. And Joel, after that hit Nimley took, he did jog off to the bench. Let's hope he's okay.
He is. I've seen him over there on the bench. He seems like he's looking just fine. But I think you do have to do some load management to borrow a term from the NBA, with some of these backs, because Tim had 23 carries last week. You have other backs who can shoulder some of the load. You know, it's okay to get them a break here and there to get a chance to.
Schulte and Thompson limp off. 2 fine players. They ran into each other.
Yeah, they're two
going after
defensive
Sam.
ends. You know,
Sam did the Houdini on him, and
well, he got rid of the ball quickly like he's supposed to, and both players, in an effort to avoid roughing the passer, they ended up roughing each other up, and they were going at a pretty good clip.
McDaniel on to punt. He stands on his own 27. Leggins back on his own 27. How about that? 4th and 14, 3:31 to play and a half. Jayhawks 3-zip over the Muskies. There's a nice kick by Brady McDaniel, and this one's going to go out of bounds. We'll see where they spot this.
It should be right around the 30.
25-yard line.
Well, that's a.
We'll take it, Joel.
Yeah, that's not a good.
I think that was a favorable spot for the Muskies, and we're not going to complain a bit.
Yeah, if you.
We got to be honest, folks.
Yep, Muscatine got a break there.
3:25 left in the first half. Jefferson 3, Muskies up. Jefferson hasn't showed the ability to really have a big play offense, so Muskie's got an opportunity here if they can shut them down. They only have one timeout left, though. Had to burn 2 early ones on their first drive of the game.
Some of our fine sponsors, Chicharo's Tequila Bar and Grill and Muscatine Power and Water.
There's an option left, and they get it to Leggins over the left side. He's out over the 30. Fumble, a ball on the ground, and it's picked up by Sanchez. Great play on the, I believe.
Yeah, 31.
Sanchez with a recovery, but I want to see to rip that out. I think it was Talk Portilla.
I think it was too.
Fantastic play, and there is an injured Jayhawk on the field. As there was a hole, and Leggins was going to get first down yardage, and that ball was ripped out. And a great recovery for the Muskies by number 31, Anthony Sanchez.
Yeah, great job there. Talk Portilla, such an important part of this defense. He's just an outstanding corner and did a great job of, I believe it was him as well, who dug in there and saw an opening with the football and was kind of the second man in and was able to strip that.
Jefferson player still down. Now he's rolled over. Let's hope he's okay.
And that's the young man who actually made the tackle on Sanchez. Yeah, we're able to kind of look at our replay here. Yes,
from behind. Sean Brown. Sean Brown with the strip. Great play by Sean Brown. We've called him a couple times tonight.
Good team defense.
So the Muskies, great opportunity here, 1st and 10 on the Jayhawks 38-yard line. As Jefferson's got their points on basically, you punt, block, turnover, whatever you want to call it. They didn't get any yards, but they kicked a 41-yard field goal basically from the, they took over on the 23s. They didn't get any yardage under 3 plays.
Some other Muskie sponsors. Excel Auto Glass and Bosch Pest Control, along with our friends at First National Bank of Muscatine and Channel Seed, bringing you kickoff sponsorships throughout the season.
Kenny Moore walks off the injured Jayhawk. Starting receiver. A lot of these Jayhawks are playing 2 ways.
Yeah, the young man holding his shoulder. They're having to protect that AC joint. You wonder if there's a separation. Sometimes that's a collarbone position, too, that you want to speculate too much, but that was dinner time conversation at my house, is what arm position the guy was coming off of the field. You could kind of get a good idea of what the injury may be.
I'm sure there was many nights that Paul talked about a femur or something,
Yeah, the best was when he would talk about dressing burns that day. Not the greatest dinner time conversation.
That's great over Sloppy Joe's. Xander Morgan back in at quarterback and Nimley on the field. Morgan rolls to his left. Xander throws it. He's got a man wide open, and it's dropped at the 30 by Hardy. And Xander took a shot at the end of that one. It's going to be 2nd and 10 for the Muskies.
Yeah, that was – I know he's outside of the pocket. That's a borderline call where you could have seen a roughing the passer call.
Josiah Sabo really put a lick on Xander. Be 2nd and 10 Muskies on the Jayhawk 38. 3:07 to play second quarter. Jefferson leads the Muskies 3-zip.
Couple drops from the Muscatine receivers this game, and that's something that I know they've got to just forget about and move past and make a catch next time.
Morgan, now Gay goes in motion. He flares it out for Eli Gay at the 40. He's tripped up to the 35. That looked like a big play, but a great play over there on the edge by number 22, Dekai Pope.
And Nimley's back in the game on this series.
Be 3rd and 7 Muskies from the Jayhawk 35.
There's two, sometimes 3 guys moving where number 23 Eli Gay is every single play. They do not want to let him beat them downfield.
Trips right, Nimley with Morgan, and Gay left on the short side of the field. And there's Morgan on the keeper. Big hole. Xander Morgan 30 to the 25. And a gain of 10. First down, Muskies. And that's what he gives you, Joel.
Yeah, that's what he can do. Made a great read. I think that was a read on that play. Read the defensive tackle, saw him flowing down with Nimley, and a great seal block there from the left guard for the Muskies, number 76. And that is Alex Edwards.
First and 10 Muskies on the 26. That's where they spot it. This one's going to be
Nimley.
Nimley straight at the gut.
House
Touchdown.
call.
Tim Nimley to the house. 26 yards untouched. And just like that, the Muskies go on top 6-3 with 2 minutes left in the first.
Tim likes that. He gets so many yards after contact. He has to love it every once in a while when he gets to get to the house without having to break a tackle. Some confusion there, it looked like, on the Jefferson defense. 2 guys following the quarterback, no one staying with the all-state running back.
Christian Aguirre on for the Muskies to kick. The PAT. Draves will hold. Good snap, good hold, and the kick is blocked. 2 minutes left in the first. 6-3 Muskies. We're stepping away for 60. You're listening to Muskie Football on the Muscatine Muskie Sports Network.
Channel Seed knows that farmers are never off the clock, and neither are they. Anybody can sell you seed. Only a Channel Seedsman gives you everything you need to make the most of it. See your local Channel Seedsman, Matt Fletcher in Muscatine. Channel Seed is a proud sponsor of Muskie Sports.
Mexican restaurant is where Muskie fans go before the game. Our Southern restaurant is where Muskie fans go before the game. Our Southern Mexican cuisine is truly unique to Muscatine, and we make sure everyone who walks in is treated like family. Chicharo's Mexican restaurant is a proud
Around 48. 1:48 left here in the second. Jefferson with 2 timeouts. The Muskies 1, and the Muskies lead 6-3. 2 receivers right and left. Coyle back to pass. Sets, throws, gets Schulte into Muskie territory and out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 15, first down Jayhawks. Nice ball there. We really haven't seen him try to throw it very often, Joel.
Yeah, it's that was really the first time they really challenged the Muskies downfield. Nice little 9-yard hitch and a good run after the catch there for Schulte.
And we saw Cross kick a 41-yarder, so, another 15 yards. They're in field goal range again, it looks like. Trips left. Back to pass Coyle. Sets. Same play. He's got Schulte complete inside the 35. Going to be a short gain, but it stops the clock.
Yeah, this is kind of their 2-minute offense here, it looks like. Going to work the sideline.
Gain of 4. 2nd and 6 Jayhawks on the Muskie 33.
You can just hear the Muscatine coaching staff yell from across the field, watch the double move. That's exactly the words that were going to come out of my mouth, too. They've set up the hitch. Opportunity now for the pump and go.
Coyle back to pass, flares out to Robinson. He's at the 30, he's got some sideline, 20, and the Muskies get him to the ground inside the 20 at about the 17. So a gain of 16, and it's 1st and 10 Jayhawks, and they're in the Muskie red zone, and this is actually their best-looking drive of the half.
Yeah, they've picked their tempo up a little bit here as well.
1:25 and ticking, plenty of time with 2 timeouts left. They're in the Muskie 17. Coyle and Thompson in the backfield. Gabe Coyle split left. Now Jack rolls to the right. Blitz is on. Throws to the end zone for Schulte. We got a pass interference on Prince Wee. So Jefferson going to get some yardage. March off. We got another flag at the line of scrimmage. We may have offsetting flags.
Penalties here. Might have a holding and a. So we'll just do it over.
See if we have a hold. That's usually where this flag is thrown.
Yeah, Schulte's already, he overheard the officials. He signaled back that it's offsetting.
Schulte's gassed there. You know, he plays both ways.
Yeah, he plays hard.
Holding on Jeff and pass interfered. Holding they're going to call on the Muskies. Offset. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 17. That was free football, folks.
Prince catches a break there.
Prince will be a pretty good high school corner.
You know, I think if you're the Muskie defensive staff, you welcome that challenge. Challenge that side of the field all you want, because you may get a couple, but he'll get one of his tonight if you keep throwing that direction.
Gabe Coyle now wide right. Robinson and Leggins both right. They flip it out to Leggins. Almost a great play by the Muskies, and now Sean Brown runs him down and gets him down. He's going to lose 2.
Tegan Schmelzer all over it.
Schmelzer blew that play up, and Brown cleaned it up. Timeout Jefferson after the 2-yard loss. 55 seconds to play in the half. 6-3, Muskies over Jefferson. We're stepping away for 30. You listen to Muskie football on the Muskie Sports Network.
Our company is to serve our clients with the most efficient and courteous service available.
People in our community, when they ask who are we going to get for pest control, they just call Bosch.
Remember, insects or pests, call the best, Bosch Pest Control.
We are back at Kingston Stadium. Brian Musell, Joel Crossauer, and a competitive first half it has been. 55.4 seconds left in the first half. And the Muscatine Muskies lead Jefferson 6-3. They'll have 2nd down and 12 from the Muskie 19. 1 timeout remaining for the Jayhawks.
It's been a really good first half of football, about what we thought it was going to be. 2 teams, you know, who seemed pretty evenly matched in the stat sheet. And it's played true to form here.
There's Leggins over the left side. Sean Brown in pursuit. They stack him up. He reverses field. He's at the 20, inside the 15 to about the 13. He's lucky to gain 8 yardage. Sean Brown did a great job stringing that out. Leggins, with his athletic ability, turned that into a 7-yard gain. Down to the 12. It'll be 3rd down and 5 from the Muskie 12.
Now on the detail, again in run support, Prince Wee not over pursuing to chase it, was still there when he was able to reverse
Coyle
field.
Rolls left, rushes on, breaks a tackle, throws it incomplete. He was lucky to get rid of that football, but his knee might have been down. That's what the Muskie staff thought, but they're going to run out the field goal kicker Cross with 18 seconds left here in the first half.
Be a really good time for a block if you're a Muskie fan.
In for the field goal attempt for the Jayhawks, number 25, Jacob Cross.
Coming from the right hash, so it's not the first kick. Was straight on. It was quite a bit further back, but coming off the right hash can sometimes be a challenge.
Cross on right hash. It'll be a 34-yard attempt. Good snap, good hold. The kick from Cross is right through. 6-6. 34-yard field goal for Cross. We're tied at 6. We're stepping away for 6 here. Listen to Muskie football on the Muscatine Muskie Sports Network.
My name is Brad Kistner, owner of Avenue Subs. Avenue Subs has been a local favorite Muscatine for years, and we're dedicated to bringing you big sandwiches and big smiles. We're community-driven and proud to call Muscatine our home. On behalf of all the employees at Avenue Subs, go Muskies!
Poop Pals, for your local pet waste management, lawn care service, snow removal, and much more. Starting as low as $7, call your friendly neighborhood pooper scoopers for a quote. Proud supporter of Muskie Sports.
Mexican restaurant is where Muskie fans go before the game. Our Southern Mexican cuisine is truly unique to Muscatine, and we make sure everyone who walks in is treated like family. Chicharo's Mexican Restaurant is a proud supporter of Muskie Athletics.
Channel Seed knows that farmers are never off the clock, and neither are they. Anybody can sell you seed. Only a Channel Seedsman gives you everything you need to make the most of it. See your local Channel Seedsman, Matt Fletcher in Muscatine. Channel Seed is a proud sponsor of Muskie Sports.
Cross will kick off. And there's the kick, and this one's going to be taken by Gay, and it goes into the end zone, touchback. So the Muskies 1st and 10 on the 20, probably take a knee here.
Yeah, I think you will. And the defense needs to – the defense will come onto the field for the Muskies here at the beginning of the second half.
Stay tuned at the half. We'll have sophomore coach Mike Truitt and his handy assistant Ben Nitzel on to talk. I'm not looking for you. Want to handle that one after the Bear-Packer game? I don't know that I really want to.
Oh, are you saying Ben's a Packer fan? Figuratively and literally one of the largest I know.
Here's Wieskamp. He gives to Nimley, and Nimley's going to be tossed for a loss of 1, and that'll be the final play of the first half. We go into the locker room tied at 6. We're stepping away for 2 minutes. You're listening to Muscatine Muskie football on the Muscatine Muskie Sports Network.
All right, guys, we got some great news. There's a rumor out there there's a huge sales call coming in today.
Good thing Jimmy's not here to steal my thunder again. A big sale? I wonder who it is. Huh?
Did I pack a tuna sandwich this morning?
Why wasn't I in the last commercial?
All right, everyone on the same page?
You guys are not going to believe this.
I got it.
Oh. Hello, this is Jim. Can I help you?
Yep. Thank you for the business.
Our company is to serve our clients with the most efficient and courteous service available.
People in our community, when they ask who are we going to get for pest control, they just call Bosch.
Remember, insects or pests, call the best. Bosch Pest Control.
Mexican restaurant is where Muskie fans go before the game. Our Southern Mexican cuisine is truly unique to Muscatine, and we make sure everyone who walks in is treated like family. Chicharo's Mexican Restaurant is a proud supporter of Muskie Athletics.
Channel Seed knows that farmers are never off the clock, and neither are they. Anybody can sell you seed. Only a Channel Seedsman gives you everything you need to make the most of it. See your local Channel Seedsman, Matt Fletcher in Muscatine. Channel Seed is a proud sponsor of Muskie Sports.
My name is Brad Kistner, owner of Avenue Subs. Avenue Subs has been a local favorite in Muscatine for years, and we're dedicated to bringing you big sandwiches and big smiles. We're community-driven and proud to call Muscatine our home. On behalf of all the employees at Avenue Subs, go Muskies!
We're back at Kingston Stadium. Brian Musell, Joel Crossauer at the half at 6-6 Muscatine, and Jefferson still waiting on Coach Truitt. It is a little bit of a hike here, and when he gets here, we'll talk to him. And here comes Coach right now. Coach Truitt's sophomore squad played first tonight. Coach, how you doing? Mike Truitt here, everybody. Let him get settled in. Coach, it is a trek, isn't it?
It's a long walk, man.
and
not in the best shape.
Chuck and I, before the game, we cut across, and the gatekeeper over here kind of got on us, so we realized next time we got to go all the way around.
That's a long way to go.
It is a long way to go. Beautiful new updated facility here, though. Coach, Softs lost a tough one tonight, dropped to 0-2, and really, got off to a real rough start, but once your kids settled in, I know it was a much better second half. You're probably pleased with that effort, but just kind of a quirky first half with some kickoffs and some big plays, but that's all part of the learning process at your age right now.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we were a little late to the game.
Yeah.
Like way late. And
you told them that.
Yeah. And we started our pregame talk after we left Iowa City.
Right.
And but we couldn't use that as an excuse.
Yeah.
We had to be able to just show up, and first half, obviously, there wasn't much there.
Bus troubles?
Yeah, that didn't show up.
Didn't show up.
Yeah.
We had that, not to change the subject, but when Jake was a senior and they were playing Iowa City West #1 team in state basketball up at Cedar Rapids. The bus got stuck at Atalissa truck stop. The wipers busted off. There's freezing rain, and they showed up like a half hour before they were supposed to be warming up, and it was really, that's all you needed when you're playing a team like that. But anyway, so I've seen that before. But anyway, your kids came out, played much more competitive football as the game went on, and you could see it on both sides of the line of scrimmage, much more physical on defense, and really got some plays. As the game wore on in the running game, busted a couple of big plays. But, tough one. It's tough to go on here, but I got to give Jefferson credit. They played well.
Yeah, they really did. We went in at halftime and just talked about the team that we're going to be is what we present in the second half. Again, not about W's and L's at this level. It's about developing guys for this game right here that we just watched. And so I talked a lot about that is go out and show them who we are.
Right, and talk about that a little bit. It's about a teaching moment too. You don't want to look at the scoreboard, but if you've got, say, offensive linemen that aren't, blocking the right scheme in your play call, or your guys aren't in the right gaps on defense, those are teaching moments. You can teach them the mental side of the game, even if the scoreboard doesn't look great. If they're doing it right mentally, you got to be happy. It's mental and then effort, right?
Yeah,
Coach?
Exactly. Talk about effort and attitude all the time. Those are the two things those guys control.
Right.
We can control the X's and O's, but they got to decide, are we going to go out there and play, or are we going to just lay down and keep getting kicked? But, yeah, we definitely address the fact that it's about getting better every week and making sure that at the end of the season we're ready to make that move to the varsity level and have those skills that we need to be a starter and to be competitive at that level.
And it really, you find out really – who some of your guys are, not just from a leadership standpoint, but you know what? When you're getting kicked, who's going to stand up and fight?
Yep.
And it really sometimes games like this aren't good tonight, but in the long run they can really help build character of a football team.
Yeah, you'll find out who your leaders are, your vocal leaders, and then we talked about the leaders that are going to lead by just doing actions.
Next week, you host Davenport West at home. Hopefully we have a good crowd for that one, and I know your kids will be anxious to get back out there and have an opportunity to get their first win of the season in front of the home fans again. What do you say? This has been 2 weeks in a row with unbelievable football weather.
Yeah, it's great, and with homecoming next week and get a lot of people out there, and like you said, the kids will be excited, and hopefully we can keep their focus all week on the game Friday and not all the other things going on.
That's right. That's right. There's always a lot homecoming week. Pack the stands next week, folks. Get out there 5 o'clock and watch the Muskie sophomores go for their first win against Davenport West. We need your help. We need your support. Mike Drew, a great guy here. Come out and support these kids. Coach, thanks for joining me tonight.
Thanks,
and we'll
Brian.
see you next Friday.
Thank you.
At Muscatine. Coach Mike Drew, everybody. And next, here's the interview I really didn't want to do tonight. Ben Nitzel. Ben, how you doing?
Great. What's up?
Great night. High school football again. The Muskies, let's talk about this first half. The Muskies had two really good drives to start. Their first two possessions both ended inside, well, they got inside the 10-yard line and both went for it on fourth down both times, came away with no points. Jefferson really hadn't done a lot offensively, and then, late in the second quarter got a tip punt and capitalized with a field goal. Muskies did cash in with one drive towards the end of the half. Then Jeff's really their best drive of the first half came late in the 2-minute situation, tied it with a field goal. But I really think the Muscatines piled up a lot of yards, just couldn't cash in. What do they need to do?
Yeah, just finish. I mean, it sounds elementary, but, get in close there and sort of bear it down a little bit and make sure you're able to score and get some points in. Obviously, we're not looking to kick field goals. Part of the reason we're going for it on fourth when you're 30 yards out, in field goal range. But so you're going to have to, just get some finishes. You had a great run by Tim that looked like he might score, didn't get in. Got to just try to get some points there.
The Muskie defense, so after, they played really well in the second half against Central, I think they've been playing extremely well tonight here. They've got, they're playing a little more stout up front. TD's been a bigger force than he was a week ago, and you can see that. I think Sean Brown had an excellent first half on the edge. But this team on the back 7 or 8 there has got a lot of speed, and it seems like they come up and support. It's one of the faster teams I've seen the Muskies have in the last few years, top to bottom, and that backside.
Yeah, and I think they look a lot more solid tonight than against Central, at least in the first half of Central, right? So guys are coming up, filling gaps a lot better. They're doing a good job stretching plays out. To your point, you're getting a very nice push up front, with the Peterson kid, with TD, with Sean, just doing a nice job controlling their man, holding their gap, forcing those guys to bounce. And your linebackers, I think, have played a lot better this week in terms of being able to come up, fill those gaps, not creating holes. And to your point about the blocked field goal, or punt, you put your defense in a bad position, you only give up 3 points. That's a huge win for the defense. Yep. I think to limit these guys 6 points in the first half, Coach Hawkins has to be pretty happy with that. I think very happy. I think the defense was outstanding. On offense, Tim Nimley's got it going early and often here in the first half. Eli Gay, I know he needs touches. What do the Muskies need to do to spring Eli a little more? Well, I think just be patient, stick with the game plan, keep running Tim. That's going to open up the outside guys. I'm sure Coach Mueller come out and give him a couple different formations, try to move guys around and create some matchups. And that's really one luxury he has this year is he's got a lot of nice weapons. You can move kids around and say, okay, we're going to put this kid here, that kid there, and you figure out who you want to guard with your stud, and the guy you don't want to guard will get the ball to. And I think it's going to be one of the things you're going to probably see from us this year is different guys are going to feature in different games based on what that opposing defense is willing to give up. Great insight from Ben Nitzel. Go ahead. I'll give you a second to gloat. For what? You know what? I'm just excited. The game last night, you've been waiting all week for this. I don't usually talk smack about preseason. Well, the Bears looked like a preseason team last night. I can tell you that. I'll tell you what. If you like defensive football, last night was your show, okay? I thought both defenses were outstanding. I was really, really disappointed in the Bears offense last night. Really disappointed. I thought it was great. I'll tell you, as a Packer fan, two things I really liked about last night. Number one, we've not had a good defense for almost a decade. So now I don't know if the Bears were rusty, if maybe the Bears offense isn't that good, or maybe the Packers defense is just legit. But for at least 1 week, I'm going to believe they're good. And the other thing I like, too, is that I went in that game thinking I might come away from tonight realizing I like the 32nd best team in the NFL. And I didn't do that. So I don't know if we're going to be good or not, but we're not the worst team in the NFL, and I was excited
as long as you have Aaron Rodgers, you're going to be in every game you play. You know that. He's a great player. As a Bear fan, I can't stand playing against him, but I got nothing but respect for him. He's a superstar, no doubt in my mind. But it was tough to watch as a Bear fan. But nonetheless, you're an improved defensive team, but I can't believe the Bears are that bad on offense, so I'm not sure where it stands either. Nonetheless, great. Ben, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week at Muscatine when the Muskies take on Davenport West. Ben Nitzel, everybody. We're stepping away for 2 minutes. You listen to Muskie Football on the Muscatine Muskie Sports Network.
Channel Seed knows that farmers are never off the clock, and neither are they. Anybody can sell you seed. Only a Channel Seedsman gives you everything you need to make the most of it. See your local Channel Seedsman, Matt Fletcher in Muscatine. Channel Seed is a proud sponsor of Muskie Sports.
Poop Pals for your local pet waste management, lawn care service, snow removal, and much more. Starting as low as $7, call your friendly neighborhood pooper scoopers for a quote. Proud supporter of Muskie Sports.
Mexican restaurant is where Muskie fans go before the game. Our Southern Mexican cuisine is truly unique to Muscatine, and we make sure everyone who walks in is treated like family. Chicharo's Mexican Restaurant is a proud supporter of Muskie Athletics.
All right, guys, we got some great news. There's a rumor out there there's a huge sales call coming in today.
Good thing Jimmy's not here to steal my thunder again. A big sale? I wonder who it is. Huh. Did I pack a tuna sandwich this morning? Why wasn't I in the last commercial?
All right, everyone on the same page?
You guys are not going to believe this.
I got it.
Oh. Hello, this is Jim. Can I help you?
Yep. Thank you for the business.
Stadium, Muscatine Muskies and Cedar Rapids Jefferson are tied at 6 here at the half. This is your Toyota of Muscatine halftime report. Some statistics. Tim Nimley with 15 carries in the first half for 153 yards and 1 touchdown. And then Cedar Rapids Jefferson's kicker Cross has 2 field goals to make up for the 6 points for the Jefferson. They're led on offense with Ezekiel Leggins with 8 carries for 87 yards. And then both quarterbacks have kind of had just a few yards passing. Jacob Coyle just over 80 yards passing here in the first half on 4 completions. Sam Wieskamp is 3 for 8 for 41 yards. And then Xander Morgan is 1 for 4 for 10 yards for the Muskies. Xander Morgan coming in also and sparking a little bit of the offense on the ground with 1 carry for 11 yards. Sam Wieskamp has 5 yards rushing. Mentor Cooper has played some running back, but Tim Nimley again shouldering the load for 151 yards rushing on 15 carries and 1 touchdown. We'll be back in 60 seconds. You're listening to Muskie Sports Network on Discover Muscatine.
My name is Brad Kistner, owner of Avenue Subs. Avenue Subs has been a local favorite in Muscatine for years, and we're dedicated to bringing you big sandwiches and big smiles. We're community-driven and proud to call Muscatine our home. On behalf of all the employees at Avenue Subs, go Muskies!
Mexican restaurant is where Muskie fans go before the game. Our Southern Mexican cuisine is truly unique to Muscatine, and we make sure everyone who walks in is treated like family. Chicharo's Mexican Restaurant is a proud supporter of Muskie Athletics.
Pals for your local pet waste management, lawn care service, snow removal, and much more. Starting as low as $7, call your friendly neighborhood pooper scoopers for a quote. Proud supporter of Muskie Sports.
We are back at Kingston Stadium. I want to thank the fine folks from Toyota Muscatine for sponsoring our halftime show. Couple of scores. Pleasant Valley Trails Prairie 6-zip at the half. Bettendorf leads Iowa City West 35-zip at the half. I've got North Scott over Central late in that one, 35-14. And what score did you have, Joel, with the
Mediapolis over North Cedar at the end of 3, 75-0.
Haven't heard yet on the Wilton score, Durant score, folks. You have that, shoot that out on Twitter somewhere where we can find it, and we'll be happy to report it. Sitting here with the Journal's own Ryan Timmerman tonight, giving us great statistics. Tim Nimley ripping off 153 yards in that first half, 15 carries. And, you know, Timmy is
Wilton leads Northeast Goose Lake 46-0 at the end of the third quarter. And Durant leads North Cedar 16-14. And they got that 2-point lead on a safety.
Assumption leads Waller 21-zip.
That's the East Coast Catholic battle there.
Yes, it is.
The battle for diocese. Diocese of Davenport versus Diocese of Dubuque. I can say this, folks, because I'm a Catholic.
That's right. And I am.
I know we're battling. I grew up in the Davenport Diocese. Yep. You came out of the Dubuque.
Yep.
Oh.
Even though I was a Hempstead guy, proud of it.
So
Muskies will kick off to start half number 2. Jefferson won the coin toss initially and deferred. 6-6. Muscatine with one scoring drive late at the 2-minute mark of the first half. Tim Nimley on a 26-yard touchdown run. And that was sandwiched by 2 field goals by Cross, the fine kicker Jacob Cross, a 41-yarder and a 29-yarder with 14 seconds to go in the half.
I got to say, we have to give a special nod to our Muscatine locals. The lights at this stadium are absolutely beautiful. This is one of the better facilities in the state of Iowa. And these are the Musco lights, manufactured just down there on Stewart Road in Muscatine.
And it's a great view to call a football game. We're sitting here right at midfield, basically, high above Kingston Stadium. And the clock is going to be at 0, and now we can reset and get this third quarter underway. Hope you're enjoying watching the live stream, folks, and listening to this live.
Chain Gang took a little bit longer halftime tonight. I think that's who we were waiting on.
Yeah, there they are. And there's the kick by
Stay
Geary,
in bounds.
and it's going to go out of bounds. So Jefferson with good field position for their opening drive of the second half.
Jayhawks will take possession at the 35-yard
This
line.
is the first series is always one of my favorite things because you get to kind of see the adjustments, see what personnel groupings may change. You know, coaches have some time to actually implement the things that they've been discussing for the last 24 minutes on their headsets. Sometimes it's hard to implement some of those changes midstream. That halftime reset's always a great opportunity. They're going to make them re-kick it.
They're going to make him re-kick it, you know, and
I'm surprised more coaches don't do that.
well, you know, Leggins almost took the last one back. So maybe they're looking at that, thinking they like what they see. So it will be a re-kick.
Maybe get it to Pope, see what he can do. Leggins is the proven commodity.
So now he's going to kick it from the right hash on the 35. So Pope and Leggins walk all the way up to almost their own 20 to receive this kickoff. Beautiful night for high school football. Geary's got it on the tee. Here's the run up in the approach. It's a good kick, and is going to be taken by Pope at the 20, 25, 30. He's got a seam 40, 45 out over midfield, and that's why they had him kick it again. They've had two big returns on the last two kicks, and it'll be 1st and 10 Jefferson on the Muskie 48 for their opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, Jefferson clearly likes both of their guys in the return game and
1st and 10 Jayhawks from the Muscatine 48.
improved their field position by about 20 yards.
Prince Wee on the tackle on the kickoff. Schulte goes wide left on first down. Just underway, second quarter or second half. We're tied at 6, double wings. And now Leggins in motion. He gets a handoff over the right side. He gets to the edge, 45, 40. Looks like a hold, no flag, and he's out of bounds. Joel, maybe it was just my eyes, but it looked like Prince Wee was wrapped up over there.
Yeah, I think it could have gone either way. I see the no call, though. It's one of those, if it's going against you, you want the hold. If it's your person, if it's your team on offense, there's no way you think that should ever be called.
11-yard gain, 1st and 10. Jefferson on the Muskie 37. I want to mention the great Mark Dukes joined Joel at pregame show, and fun to have him aboard. Double wing, and there's Coyle. Now he's going to option right, keeps it, 30, 25, 20, 15, and taken down by Schmelzer from behind at the 14-yard line, a gain of 23. And just like that, two big plays go from the 48 to the 14, and Jefferson ripping it off in chunks early.
Yeah, just some different looks offensively, just different ways to get into their option game there. That was almost a midline game. And Coyle made great read there.
Schulte goes wide left. Moore back in the game. He was injured earlier. He's out to the right. And now Gabe Coyle goes in motion. He gets a handoff. He cuts it back inside. He's down near the 10. The Muskies get him to the turf at about the 11. Good, and there's a fumble. They say
white ball.
It's white football. Josh Thomas comes out of there with it. Didn't see it hit the ground, but there was a pile of players and a big turnover for the Muskie defense. 11:07 to play in the third, and the Muskie defense comes up with a huge takeaway.
Yeah, I didn't see where the beanbag came out.
They're going to spot it on the 13. 1st and 10 Muskies.
Big play for the Muskies there.
Muskies go empty to start the second half. Wieskamp at quarterback. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. And now Nimley shifts in motion. Wieskamp, play action, fires over to Gay, incomplete at the 19, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, like Muscatine's approach there, throwing on first down, just unable to complete it.
2nd and 10 Muskies are on 13 after a huge turnover. Jefferson had ripped off 2 big runs, and Coyle was down near the 10-yard line when he coughed that one up. Nimley shifts in front of Wieskamp to his right. And now back to his left. I'm getting dizzy, Joel. Sam gets it, gives to Tim over the right side. Tim cuts it up in over the 20 to near the 23, just short of the first down, depending on the spot.
They're going to give it to him.
And he may have it with this spot, and it is a first down. First and 10, Nimley, and the Muskies on a 10-yard run.
Big first down to get some breathing room.
Nimley at 153 yards at the half and continues to pile them up. Trips right, Gay to the left. First down, Muskies. Wieskamp gives it to Nimley again, straight up the gut, and they wrap him up hard at about the 24. Not much there, maybe a yard, 2nd and 9. 10.5 to play in the third quarter, and we're tied at 6.
Yeah, just an inside zone play there for the Muskies. Nimley working hard with that offensive line to just get some yardage.
Trips right, Gay left. Nimley and Wieskamp in the backfield. Wieskamp back to pass, sets, going to take a shot to Eli Gay, and it's incomplete at the 38, and he's hit hard by Leggins and down. It'll be 3rd and 9.
Little cover 2 action there. And Sam threw that ball right in the window where he was supposed to get it, just right through Eli's hands, and a big hit there from the safety.
McDaniel and Hardy left. Draves and Gay to the right on 3rd and 9. They show blitz off the edge.
I don't know how that's not offsides.
Play clock inside 5. Wieskamp gets a snap just off in time. Nimley over the left side, brought down at the 27. Going to gain a couple, but the Muskies going to have to kick this away. It's going to bring up 4th down and 6. So Jefferson's defense holds. Muskies crank out 1 first down, Joel, but they did get it out over the 20 to help their punting game.
A little bit of breathing room.
Brady McDaniel will punt. 9.5 to play. Ezekiel Leggins back on his own 42. McDaniel steps into it, kicks it. Rush was on. Leggins gets it at the 42. He's to midfield, 45, and taken down from behind by Takportia at the 42-yard line. A nice return. Pretty good punt. Brady had to get rid of that.
Yeah,
the rush was on.
Yeah, they brought the full-on rush, and Leggins is down again. I don't know if he's cramping or.
Looks like a cramp.
Injury timeout on the field.
So far this first half, the second half, the first part of the third quarter here, the field position has just really been in favor, going all the way back to that big kickoff on the opening kick, to this, the turnover deep in their own offensive territory. Right now, Muscatine has got to figure out a way defensively to get a 3 and out, try to flip some of this field position again here, because this is at in-between zone offensively where you're not sure – you have a really higher percentage of getting that touchback in a punt situation for the Muskies.
And he jogs off 43-yard line, 1st and 10, 9:14 to play in the third. We're tied at 6. Once again, week number 2, Muskies in a nail-biter.
Right now winning the turnover battle, which is important. They're +2.
2 fumble recoveries. Jeff did have a blocked punt. The Muskies have had the big advantage in total yards tonight, but that doesn't give you points. There's a give. This one's a pitch on the outside. Ball on the ground, and he did a nice job to cover that up. Number 22, Dekai Pope.
Diego Rangal's job on that play was to hit the quarterback, and to hit the quarterback he did. Rushed that pitch, and Coyle's, he's looking at the sideline saying, hey, can we take a break on the option? Can we maybe give me a break?
Rangel, certainly an impressive junior, and boy, he's going to be a player as this year continues and next year. A lot of upside. plays the game the right way. Loss of 6. 2nd and 16. Jack Coyle back to pass, flares to Gabe Coyle on the ground, incomplete. And that did look like a forward pass.
Yep. I'm actually right even with that, and that was the right call. That was incomplete. They did go forward. Thomas really delivered a backside blow to Coyle.
4th and 16, Jefferson on the Muskie 49. 8:31 left in the third. We're tied at 6. Cross on for the punt. Eli Gay stands on his own 10. With the kick, a high kick. It's his best punt of the night. Gay goes after it, calls for the fair catch, and he's going to get it just outside the 5. We'll call it the 6.
That was actually a very heads-up play by Eli, because that thing's going to land in bounds and maybe get another 2 or 3 yards before it goes out. Smart job. He had his heels on the 5, and he made the fair catch and protected another 3 yards of field position.
43-yard punt, high punt. No return, 1st and 10 Muskies on their own 6. 8:25 to play in the third. See if they can get this field position flipped here. Hardy to the left, Twins to the right, and Nimley standing 3 yards deep in the end zone. Wieskamp gives to Tim, bounces it left, he's swallowed up, breaks a couple tackles, and he's going to go down, but not without a fight. He's going to gain a tough yard. It'll be 2nd and 9.
You're just trying to get some room to groove here if you're the Muskies.
Szabo on the stop for the Jayhawks. 2nd and 9 for the Muskies. From their own 7. Hope you're enjoying our broadcast. Tak Portilla now has joined Nimley in the backfield for the Muskies. Nimley in motion. Wieskamp gives to Tia. He cuts it up the middle, and Takpor's going to gain a couple. Be 3rd down and 7. From the 9.
Yeah, and Takpor is the kind of back who can break one too. There's 3 or 4 guys the Muscatine can put in a running back that you have to respect.
3rd and 7 Muskies. Big play here to get a 1st down at least. Otherwise, Brady McDan would be punting out of his own end zone. Wieskamp gives to Nimley. They stack it up, and he breaks a tackle out over the 15, and he's going to get a 1st down at about the 19. A 10-yard run for Nimley. He got hit in the hole, but it takes more than one.
Yeah, just so much ability to break tackles, and he keeps that pad level low and his feet pumping.
3rd and 7 and a 10-yard run by Nimley. That's huge. And now we got a false start on the Muskies, 5-yard penalty. And that's number 5.
Those are tough.
Puts it back to the 14. 1st down and 15 for the Muskies. 6:52 to play in the third. We're tied at 6. Two receivers each side. Sam Wieskamp at quarterback. Wieskamp. He's going to keep it over the right side. Now he's going to throw. He's got a man, Eli Gay. Eli at the 15, 20, and out over the 20 to the 25. A nice pitch and catch from Wieskamp to Eli. 14-yard gain, and that'll bring up 2nd down, and we'll say 4.
It's just the new look of the triple option. That play, leaving that receiver basically as an extended pitch man, and good execution there for the Muskie offense.
That was close to being really big. Twins to the right. Hardy left on 2nd and 4. Wieskamp gives to Nimley. Tim bounces it out. They string it out. Tim cuts it back up, and he's going to be close to a 1st down. At the 29 again, a tough run for Nimley, and he may have the 1st down.
Good run.
And he does. Tim Nimley with a tough 4-yard run. 1st and 10 Muskies on their own 29.
This is good response there from Muscatine after that penalty to make it 1st and 15.
Trips right. Hardy left on first down. Wieskamp. He's going to keep it. This time he's going down, but he gets rid of it on a pass. Sam, good heady play to get rid of that ball to save a 10-yard loss.
He knew he had that outlet out there.
So it's 2nd and 10 Muskies now. That would have been about an 8 to 9 yard loss. Sam got rid of it for an incomplete pass. Same formation on 2nd down. Wieskamp back, fires. He's got Gay in the slot, and he's hammered to the turf. A short gain. Number 20 on the play, Josiah Zabo.
Jefferson is not going to let Eli Gay burn them down the field. They're giving him, they're keeping him in front of him, and they're just attacking him when the ball gets his way. They're not going to let him have space to move after he gets that catch.
No gain on the play. 3rd and 10 Muskies. They're on 29. Nimbley got a big run on the last 3rd down. And now he goes in motion. Wieskamp back to pass, and we've got offsides, I think, on Jeff.
Motion. They might call this on Muscatine, though. The umpire throws the flag. Typically, he's the only throwing it if he sees movement from the offense.
False start on the Muskies. And that'll push it to a 3rd and 15.
False start on Muscatine.
3rd and 15 Muscatine on their own 24. Tied at 6, 5:25 left in the 3rd. Muskies go empty. Gay and Draves to the right. Nimbley, McDaniel, and Hardy left. They're showing blitz on the left. Here they come. Wieskamp gets it out to Nimbley. Timms dodges a tackler. He's out over the 30, 35 up the sideline. And this is going to depend on where they spot it. He's up to the 38, so he's going to be a yard and a half short.
Good little play there for Muscatine.
Jefferson has a couple guys down. Thompson down again. And Schulte, just like the first half. And Joel, this is where, these guys, just like Central a week ago, all these guys playing both ways. They're terrific athletes, but they're cramping up, and it's a lot, especially early in the year.
Yeah, it doesn't take much for the cramping to start. I think the number I was always told is 3% of the water that's in your body you have to lose to have the cramps starting. So you're going to see, you want to get some electrolytes back in the athletes, because as muscles are compressed, they're expanding, or they're expelling sodium and potassium from their cells. So that's why the sports drinks, like a Squincher type product, works so well with these athletes, because that helps fight through the cramping. But one of the things that you have to take advantage of if you're Muscatine, you're able to go one way with a lot of your guys. If you're seeing this type of thing happen, look at where you have a chance to make some hay, and find where the guy who may be beating you on a play, he's off the sideline. That's where you start to attack maybe somebody who isn't quite in the flow of the game. And it looks like Muscatine is going to go for it here on 4th down.
Muscatine on their own 38-yard line, 4th and 1, tied at 6, with 5 minutes left here in the 3rd, 5:03 to be exact.
And they've had some success drawing Jefferson off sides on the hard count.
That could be what they're going to attempt. Double backfield, Gay and Nimbley. Sam barks out the signals, play clock at 5. And he gets a snap. It's going to be a punt. There's a heady play by Coach Mueller. And this one's going to roll dead inside the 20 to the 17. And there you go. The Muskies with an effective drive, flip field position here in the 3rd.
Yeah, it's a nice luxury to have a quarterback who you can quick kick with. There's been some punters in the Wieskamp family. Older brother Matt was an all-state or all-conference punter.
Well, Joe didn't play a lot of football beyond YSF, but he could kick it out of the world. He was.
Well, I think when you grow up with brothers, you do it all. You punt, pass, kick all the time in the backyard. So that's a big flip of the field there for the Muskies.
So if you grow up in a kicking family, instead of playing catch, you just kick the ball to each other?
I think so. You've seen me. I'm not a kicker.
First down run, straight up the gut. And it looks like Thompson, so he wasn't hurt very long. He's back out there straight up the gut for about 5 on first down to the 22. He's 2nd and 5 for the Jayhawks.
Have you ever seen punters and kickers play punt golf, where it's kind of like horse, where they work their way around the field and they're like, okay, I'm going to go for the upright, and the first person to hit it wins that hole? It's actually kind of fun to watch.
Cody Parkey would have been fantastic.
Doink!
Back to pass, Coyle. Looks, throws, got a man. It's the other Coyle, Gabe, and he's going to get a first down out near the 30.
Good stiff arm there from the receiver. Just don't see that enough. The stiff arm is a dying art. Tim Nimley's figured it out. That young man for Jefferson, Coyle, did a nice job there.
9-yard pitch and catch. Jake to Gabe Coyle. 1st and 10 Jayhawks on their own 31. 4 minutes and ticking here in the third. We're tied at 6.
Both defenses have played very good football today.
Defensive battle. You like defense, you're going to like this one. Option right. Coyle keeps up the gut. Hit hard, but he's going to gain about 5. Togan decent in on the stop. Josh Thomas there also.
Good assignment football. That was a lead option, and Ulsis there at the outside linebacker position, able to take on that lead block, force the quarterback to make a decision, who didn't want to pitch it because Tegan Smelzer, executing his role of taking the pitch man, forced the play right back into the pursuit.
Ball at the 34. We're going to call it a gain of 3. 2nd and 7, Jefferson. Coyle to the right, Moore to the right, Coyle to the left. Thompson gets it up the gut, and
Nice
Peterson's
job.
waiting for him. He's going to gain a yard to the 45. It'll bring up 3rd and 6.
Nick Peterson, one of those frames that the Muskies are just hoping continues to fill out. 6'5", 200 or a $190, I think is what he is in the program. That's just a frame that everyone's hoping can continue to fill out.
He reminds me a little bit of Jason Gray, who played a couple
Yeah.
years ago, and Jason
It's a good comparison.
really blossomed by the end of his senior year, really filled out his frame, and if Nick could do the same thing, terrific athlete, he would really be a force. Heady football player, big upside.
Twin sister Maddie, a 6-foot volleyball player on the Muskie volleyball team.
3rd down and 5 from the 36. Coyle back to pass, sets, throws over the top of Leggins and out of bounds.
And honestly,
incomplete.
Coyle was smart to put the ball where he put it, because if he threw it where the receiver could catch it, that's a pick 6 from Diego Rangel. Great coverage there from the Muskies.
Muskie defense once again with a big hold, and cross comes on to punt. Eli Gay back on his 25, and I remember a few years ago when Afonso busted a game open against Kennedy with a big punt return TD. Maybe Eli Gay can flash some of that magic here. Gay stands on his 23. Nice punt by Cross.
Returnable.
Gay gets it, fumbles it, ball on the ground, still down, and it looks like Jefferson gets it.
Muskie gets it back.
Did the Muscatine get it?
This official has signaled.
He signaled the wrong way because a Jefferson player jumped on it. The Muskies had 2 opportunities, but it looks like number 22 came out of there with it, Pope. And there's a big turnover, so the Muskies now +1 in the turnover battle, but Jefferson now 1st and 10 on the Muskie 22. And so often in these defensive battles, Joel, it's a play like this can really sway the game.
Absolutely, and now as a defense, you've got to get into that sudden change mentality. This is you have to flush what has just happened, and now buckle down, give it your opportunity to take one back.
Muskie defense been outstanding tonight. 2:11 to play in the third. 1st and 10, Jefferson now on the Muskie 22. There's Thompson and the Wildcats straight up the gut inside the 20, and the Muskies stack it up right there. Sean Brown in on the stop along with Rory Smock. And Josh Thomas.
I'm a little surprised at Jefferson going Wildcat there. That's a situation where you sometimes see a team take a shot, vertically in the passing game.
2nd and 7. Jefferson on the Muskie 19 in the red zone for one of the few times tonight. $1:35 and ticking here in the third. There's Thompson again, the Wildcat over the right side. He's got some room inside the 15 down near the 10 and out of bounds, and it's going to be 1st down just outside the 10-yard line for Jefferson. We'll see the spot. It could be on the 10, and that would make it 1st and goal, and it is. So it's 1st and goal, Jeff, on the Muskie 10.
For Muscatine, this is a gut check moment.
Thompson again in the Wildcat. He
almost
almost loses the snap. He gets it, and the Muskies is there waiting for him. Menor Cooper blew it up. Sanchez and Schmelzer cleaned it up, and it's going to be a loss of about 3.
That's the kind of break the Muscatine defense is needed there. That play was going left, but the snap was so far wide right, it really screwed up the timing there for the Jayhawks.
2nd and goal from the 13. We know they're definitely in field goal range. Cross has nailed a couple, and a 41-yarder had plenty of leg on it. Muskies just want to keep him out of the end zone here. Tight formation, and now Leggins is going to take it in the Wildcat. He cuts it up the gut, bounces to the outside, and he's inside the 10. The Muskies hit him hard and get him right there. Going to be a gain of about 4. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 9.
And I'm guessing they're going to take this to half. But the wind is now a factor, though. The evening gales have come in to Cedar Rapids. And as the clock expires, the Muskies will have the wind at their back in the 4th quarter.
Last play of the 3rd, folks. We played 3. We're tied at 6. We're stepping away for 60 seconds. So listen to Muskie football on the Muscatine Muskie Sports Network.
All right, guys, we got some great news. There's a rumor out there. There's a huge sales call coming in today.
Good thing Jimmy's not here to steal my thunder again. A big sale? I wonder who it is. Huh? Did I pack a tuna sandwich this morning? Why wasn't I in the last commercial?
All right, everyone on the same page?
You guys are not going to believe this.
I got it.
Oh, hello, this is Jim. Can I help you?
Yep. Thank you for the business.
Channel Seed knows that farmers are never off the clock, and neither are they. Anybody can sell you seed. Only a Channel Seedsman gives you everything you need to make the most of it. See your local Channel Seedsman, Matt Fletcher in Muscatine. Channel Seed is a proud sponsor of Muskie Sports.
We are back at Kingston Stadium. Brian Musell, Joel Crossauer, and Jefferson has 3rd down and goal on the Muskie 9 as we open quarter number 4. We're tied at 6. Leggins gets a snap over the left side. He's inside the 5 to the pylon. Touchdown Jefferson, 9-yard for Ezekiel Leggins on the first play of the 4th quarter, and Jefferson goes on top, 12-6.
Yeah, just a stretch play there out of the Wildcat formation for the Jayhawks. And Leggins able just to outrun him to the corner.
Cross in for the PAT, and this is a big PAT. See if the Muskies can get a block on this one. There's a snap and the hold and the kick, and it is good. 11:52 left in the game, and it's Jefferson 13, the Muskies 6. We're stepping away for 60. You listen to Muskie football on the Muscatine Muskie Sports Network.
Mexican restaurant is where Muskie fans go before the game. Our Southern Mexican cuisine is truly unique to Muscatine, and we make sure everyone who walks in is treated like family. Chicharo's Mexican Restaurant is a proud supporter of Muskie Athletics.
Our company is to serve our clients with the most efficient and courteous service available.
People in our community, when they ask, who are we going to get for pest control, they just call Bosch.
Remember, insects or pests, call the best, Bosch Pest Control.
My name is Brad Kistner, owner of Avenue Subs. Avenue Subs has been a local favorite in Muscatine for years, and we're dedicated to bringing you big sandwiches and big smiles. We're community driven and proud to call Muscatine our home. On behalf of all the employees at Avenue Subs, go Muskies!
Poop Pals, for your local pet waste management, lawn care service, snow removal, and much more. Starting as low as $7, call your friendly neighborhood pooper scoopers for a quote. Proud supporter of Muskie Sports.
and he's thrown to the turf. There's a fumble, but he was down. So down by contact at about the 14 where the Muskies will take over there. And Joel, this game, you know, the Muskies have driven the football pretty well at times, but it's one of those games that really this is the tempo Jeff wanted to play at all along. You know, just they're okay with a punt here and there, flipping the field and then taking advantage of an opportunity.
Yeah, this has been how, and really just Muscatine's not struggles, but some of the inefficiencies in the red zone have been a challenge for them today.
Gay in motion, Wieskamp flares it out to Eli. Gay in the flat. Eli breaks a tackle. He's out near the 20. We'll say the 15, or excuse me, the 19, a gain of 5, 2nd and 5.
Yeah, good first down play there for the Muskies. Another Jayhawk down, unfortunately.
This may be more than a cramp.
Yeah.
And I hope he's okay. It's Gabe Coyle this time, and another two-way starter.
That was a pretty big collision there with several players on the tackle.
$30 punch passes for entrance into Kingston.
And down, they're working on his right knee, it looks like. Don't like that. Folks, you have an injury timeout. We're going to step away for 30 seconds. You're listening to Muskie Football on the Muskie Sports Network.
Poop Pals for your local pet waste management, lawn care service, snow removal, and much more. Starting as low as $7, call your friendly neighborhood pooper scoopers for a quote. Proud supporter of Muskie Sports.
The nerdy stuff that's in my brain.
Joel Crosshauer and Gabe Coyle is up on his feet and not feeling too good. They were checking out his right knee, and let's hope that young man's okay. Played a heck of a football game for the Jayhawks tonight. Been a lot of cramping tonight. This isn't a cramp.
Yeah, they were checking out. They were doing what's called the drawer test. If you're watching football and you see trainers kind of checking the stability, we saw it in the Iowa game with Alaric Jackson's knee. What the trainers and doctors are doing is they're checking the stability. Are not fleeting, but you're in the fourth quarter. You got to be efficient.
Gay left, trips right. 3rd and 2 Muskies. Nimbley's gained a lot of these first downs. He gets it here, goes straight up the gut. Ball on the ground, fumble, and I think Jefferson got it. He was hit hard in the hole, and Tim Nimbley's been a workhorse, but I believe Jeff got it. He coughed it up at the 22.
No signal yet.
No signal, and it is Jefferson football. Looks like number 60 got it, Max Madsen.
And I didn't see who had the initial hit. That was a very good tackle there for Jefferson.
So Jefferson gets their second fumble in the span of about 4 minutes of playing time, and it's 1st and 10 on the Muskie 22, just like the punt recovery they got earlier. So they're in business here once again. Muskie defense has been outstanding tonight. They're going to be called upon to keep them out of the end zone here. And there's a Wildcat Thompson, and we got a false start, I believe, on the Jayhawks. And that'll help. It'll be 1st and 10 now from the 27.
Yeah, getting that extra 5 yards there on the first down is a good situation coming out of that sudden change with the turnover.
10:44 left in the game, 13-6 Jefferson. They just scored their first touchdown of the night on the first play of the fourth quarter. And Ezekiel Leggins' 9-yard touchdown run.
Cedar Rapids Kennedy defeated Linmar 46-7.
Kennedy, pretty good team. There's Thompson on the Wildcat, straight up the gut. He's going to gain some tough yards. Down to about the 20, a gain of 7. Bring up 2nd and 8 for the Jayhawks.
Jacob Thompson on the carry for the Jayhawks, stopped by number 56. Rory
Smock on the stop for the Muskies.
Brings up 2nd and 8 from the 20-yard line.
Good to see Rory making some plays out there.
Jeff taking some time. It's one advantage you have when you have play clocks. At the end, you can really see where you're at. There's Thompson and the Wildcat over the left side this time, and he hammers it down near the 15 and inside the 15 to the 14. And a lot of this reminds me so much of Strang a week ago.
Yep.
And he didn't carry the ball a whole lot a week ago, Thompson. Came into this one, he did have 9 rushes a week ago.
I think he's got at least 9 tonight.
3rd down and 3, Jayhawks on the Muskie 14-yard line. And if they don't get it, Cross has been kicking lights out tonight. There's Thompson, right side, 1st down, and he's inside the Muskie 10 to about the 8. So a gain of 6, and it's 1st and goal, Jayhawks on the Muskie 8-yard line.
Getting some more rotation on the Muscatine defensive line. Noah, grab the right sheet here.
1st and goal, Jefferson.
Brock Garrison checking into the game on the D-line for the Muskies.
Just a sophomore. There's Thompson left side. He's hit hard. Boy, Anthony Sanchez laid the wood at the 6. Short gain on the play. Really came up from his linebacker spot. Gain of a yard. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 7.
Yeah, just one-on-one in the hole there. Great tackle from the linebacker.
Coyle trying to walk it off and jog and getting a little looser, but he's still with a very noticeable limp on the Jeff sideline. 8.5 to play. 2nd and goal, Jayhawks on the Muskie 7. They lead 13-6. Leggins now in a Wildcat, going to take it. Muskie string it out. And that's Ulsis on the play. The young junior, 3-yard loss back to the 10, and it's 3rd and goal from the 10.
He's had a very nice game, Reed has.
3rd and goal from the Muskie 10. Muskie defense wants to hold them to a field goal, and if they have their preference to nothing, no points at the 8-minute mark here. They trail by 7, 13-6. Jeff's going to wind this down, take a timeout here. Timeout Jayhawks, 7:47 left in the 4th, 13-6 Jefferson. We're stepping away for 30 seconds. You're listening to Muskie Football on the Muscatine Muskie Sports Network.
My name is Brad Kistner, owner of Avenue Subs. Avenue Subs has been a local favorite in Muscatine for years, and we're dedicated to bringing you big sandwiches and big smiles. We're community-driven and proud to call Muscatine our home. On behalf of all the employees at Avenue Subs, go Muskies!
Channel Seed knows that farmers are never off the clock, and neither are they. Anybody can sell you seed. Only a Channel Seedsman gives you everything you need to make the most of it. See your local Channel Seedsman, Matt Fletcher in Muscatine. Channel Seed is a proud sponsor of Muskie Sports.
Leggins, and they went 38 yards in 5 plays, capped off by a Tim Nimley 26-yard run. Extra point, no good. They led 6-3 with 2 minutes to go. Cross responded late in the first half, 29-yard field goal, and Jefferson has the only score in the second half, first play of the 4th quarter on a 9-yard Leggins touchdown run. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Coyle over the middle, wide open touchdown, and it's to Gabe Coyle. 10 yards and a touchdown, and it's 19-6 Jayhawks. And boy, that was a great play call, Joel. Nobody home there.
Yeah, play action, keeping the linebackers sucked up, and the tight end / slot receiver just able to sneak in on a little streak, a little pop pass.
And the kick by Cross is good. 7:43 to play. It's Jefferson 20 and the Muskies 6. We're stepping away for 6. You're listening to Muskie Football on the Muskie Sports Network.
Mexican Restaurant is where Muskie fans go before the game. Our Southern Mexican cuisine is truly unique to Muscatine, and we make sure everyone who walks in is treated like family. Chicharro's Mexican Restaurant is a proud supporter of Muskie Athletics.
Our company is to serve our clients with the most efficient and courteous service available.
People in our community, when they ask, who are we going to get for pest control, they just call Bosch.
Remember, insects or pests, call the best, Bosch Pest Control.
All right, guys, we got some great news. There's a rumor out there there's a huge sales call coming in today.
Good thing Jimmy's not here to steal my thunder again. A big sale? I wonder who it is. Huh? Did I pack a tuna sandwich this morning? Why wasn't I in the last commercial?
All right, everyone on the same page?
You guys are not going to believe this.
I got it.
Oh. Hello, this is Jim. Can I help you?
Yep. Thank you for the business.
Play action, thumps over the middle, incomplete for Gay.
That should be a flag.
Should be a flag.
That needs to be a flag.
And they didn't throw it. Eli Gay got lit up after that.
In the era of player safety, that needs to be a flag.
Yes, I agree. It was well after the play.
And he was expecting to get the flag. He even turned and looked at the official. And that young man was really just trying to play football. I don't think he was intending to be as late as he was. But in the era of player safety, that needs to be called.
It was
every single time that needs to be called.
Twins left. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Muskies on their own 10. Wieskamp gives to Nimley straight up the gut. He's hit hard from behind. Tim's earned every yard. Out to the 15, a gain of 5. Nimley's up near 190 rushing yards tonight. He's been outstanding. It's going to be 3rd and 5 Muskies. Big play for the Muskie offense. Got to convert.
I mean, after having 151 yards in the first half, they've held him to under 40 here in the second half.
He's paid the price on a lot of those runs. Tim dishes out his own punishment, don't get me wrong, but Jeff's gotten some shots on him. Wieskamp back to pass, sets, throws it. He's got Hardy in the slot. Down he goes. Muskie's going to lose a couple yards here. Back to the 13. It's going to be 4th and 7 from their own 13 with 6.5. Got to kick this one.
Yeah, absolutely. You got 3 timeouts. You kick it. You hope for a 3 and or you don't hope. You work for the 3 and out, and then you get the ball back, and then get down, score. There's plenty of time on the clock.
Leggin stands on the Muskie side of the field at about the 47, and now he retreats to the 50. Brady McDaniel 1 foot in the end zone. And there's the approach and the kick off the side of Brady's foot. And this one's going to go out of bounds at the 20. So a 8-yard punt. And Jeff now hitting on all cylinders, 1st and 10 on the Muskie 20 with 6:04 left in the contest.
And you got to think that they're going to keep it on the ground.
Stay tuned after the game for the Muscatine Power and Water post-game show. We'll name our offensive and defensive players of the game. 1st and 10, Jeff on the Muskie 20. Joel, they've started drives. Their last 3 drives have been on the Muskie 22 twice and now the 20. And that's the difference in this one. There's Leggins, Wildcat left. Togan decent runs him down from behind. Great play by the Muskie nose tackle. And a short gain of 3.
Yeah, that's just a straight power play. You've got the both guards pulling, tackles blocking down, trying to get some angles there. Deason did a nice job of following the puller, took him right to the ball, and he made the tackle.
And Jeff would be thrilled even if they didn't score, if they ran about 5-6 plays here.
Right.
And just kept grinding this clock down. 5.5 and ticking in this one. 2 touchdown lead. And now Jake Coyle goes wide right because Leggins in the Wildcat again. He gets a snap. He's going to run to his right. Dances inside. Rory Smock there with a nice play.
There's a hold.
A late flag, and it will be a hold on Jeff, and that's a big play for the Muskies. Good play by Smock.
Yeah, the only bad thing about that is that it's still second down. But you'll take the yardage every single time. If anything, trying to get him out of field goal range.
Or will they? Let's see what Coach is doing. They are taking it. Taking the 10, which makes sense.
If you're out of timeouts, it might be a different decision, but with 3 timeouts, that yardage it's huge.
Pushes it back to the 27. Brings up second down and 17 for the Muskies. Thompson now, he takes a snap. He runs to his left. He's inside. Oh boy, he's hit hard. Jorge Ocampo came up along with Tak Portilla. Ocampo really laid the wood to him. Thompson gains a couple. At the 24, good hard hit by the Muskie D-backs.
And nice pursuit defense. I mean, really, the Muscatine defense has played very well tonight.
They've been put in some tough spots.
Yeah. They've had some short fields that they've had to defend.
3rd down, 14 from the Muskie 24 for Jefferson. They're going to run this one to the right. Thompson over the right side, tries to bounce it out. Good play. The Muskies string it out. Ocampo strings it out, but he's brought down out of bounds. He goes out of bounds, or did Jake call a timeout there at the 21?
I think Muscatine may have called a timeout. I would have called a timeout.
And they did. 4:06 to play, 20-6. Jefferson, Muskies with a timeout. We're stepping away for 30. You listen to Muskie football on the Muskie Sports Network.
Poop Pals, for your local pet waste management, lawn care service, snow removal, and much more. Starting as low as $7, call your friendly neighborhood pooper scoopers for a quote. Proud supporter of Muskie Sports.
Channel Seed knows that farmers are never off the clock, and neither are they. Anybody can sell you seed. Only a Channel Seedsman gives you everything you need to make the most of it. See your local Channel Seedsman, Matt Fletcher, in Muscatine. Channel Seed is a proud sponsor of Muskie Sports.
That makes it a 3-score game if they get 3 points on the board.
Muskies could have a block and a scoop and score here, Joel.
That'd be great.
Jacob Cross comes out. And from the right hash, he's going to attempt a 38-yarder. Muskies with 2 timeouts left. They're bringing the heat. Jake Coyle is the holder. Gets it down. Good snap, good hold, and the kick. Well, this kid's good. Plenty of leg.
Yeah.
That would have been good from 50. Kick is good. 4:01 to play. It's 23-6 Jayhawks. Stepping away for 6 here. Listen to Muskie football on the Muskie Sports Network.
Our company is to serve our clients with the most efficient and courteous service available.
People in our community, when they ask, who are we going to get for pest control, they just call Bosch.
Remember, insects or pests, call the best. Bosch Pest Control.
Mexican restaurant is where Muskie fans go before the game. Our Southern Mexican cuisine is truly unique to Muscatine, and we make sure everyone who walks in is treated like family. Chicharro's Mexican Restaurant is a proud supporter of Muskie Athletics.
My name is Brad Kistner, owner of Avenue Subs. Avenue Subs has been a local favorite Muscatine for years, and we're dedicated to bringing you big sandwiches and big smiles. We're community driven and proud to call Muscatine our home. On behalf of all the employees at Avenue Subs, go Muskies!
1 yard, but capped it off with a 38-yard field goal from Jacob Cross. Here's the kickoff. It's going to be taken by Benner Cooper at the 18. He's out over the 30 to 35 and 37 before he's brought down. The Muskies will take over there. 3:54 left, and Jefferson leads the Muskies 23-6.
And right now, Muscatine knows that they don't have a 17-point play in their book, so they got to figure out a way to get that first score on the board, and then let the chips fall as they may from there. Maybe some onside kick opportunities, but you got 2 timeouts, and then that was a big kickoff return there to get that ball out over the 35.
2-by-2, Nimley and Wieskamp in the backfield. Back to pass is Matt. Pump fake. Now he shoots it over here. Incomplete for Gay. Overshoots him at the 42, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Sam just a little bit high on that throw, but that stops the clock.
3rd and 10 Muskies.
Alex Edwards, the junior offensive lineman's helmet came off on that play, so he has to sit out a play.
Wieskamp rolls to his left on 3rd and 10. Sam takes a shot, and it's incomplete. And boy, he personally took a shot. Thompson really laid Sam out back around the 30. It'll be 4th and 10.
It's There have been some hits on the quarterbacks tonight on both sides of the ball.
This Jake Thompson, 6'1", 216, running back, linebacker, just been all over the field tonight. 4th and 10. Really the ball game for the Muskies if they don't convert here. Sam back to pass, rolls to his right. Takes a shot, looks for Gay, incomplete. That hit him in the hands at the Jefferson 42. Incomplete, and the Muskies turn it over on downs. Jefferson ball.
Yeah, just a little bit off the fingertips there of Eli. He found the hole in the zone.
First down on the Muskie 37. Where Jefferson will take this over. Jefferson's played a heck of a second half. They've controlled the line of scrimmage. Not big offensive drives, but they've capitalized every time the Muskies turned it over.
Yeah, the field position has really been the story of the second half. I can think of only 2 times Jefferson started with the ball on their side of the 50.
There's Leggins, runs to the right. There's a flag, 35-30. Doesn't matter, this one's coming back. Gain of about 10 on first down.
It's going to be on the backside of the left guard here. Gets caught with the reach.
Hope you've enjoyed our broadcast. These guys from Discover Muscatine really, really work hard.
You can catch the highlight reels that they'll put together on their website, discovermuscatine.com. And you can, they're going to call it illegal hands to the face.
Hands to the face on the Muskies. So we assumed it was a hold, folks. Shame on us.
Yeah.
Hands to the face on the Muskies after the run by Leggins, which gained 11. So they'll march this on top of the gain.
Yeah, that's a big one.
And it's going to be spotted all the way down to the Muskies 16. But Pope is in the backfield with Chamberlain for the Jayhawks. Chamberlain, a 5'9", 166-pound junior at quarterback. Chamberlain gets a snap, gives to Pope. He goes over the left side, hit hard in the hole by Tac Portilla. And Jorge Ocampo came up to clean up. Timeout Muskies. Short gain. 2:27 left. That's a Muskies. Second timeout. Jeff leads 23-6. And Joel, high expectations. Muskies felt real good about what they had, in the offseason. They thought they looked, really liked what they saw in 7-on-7s, liked the commitment in the offseason. And they opened the season with Central at home, Jeff on the road. Preseason, which of course means nothing, but they felt pretty good about both these games, and they're on the verge of falling to 0-2. How hard is it to regroup when you believe, you should be 2-0 and you're at 0-2? I mean, how hard is that?
Well, and I think what it comes down to is it's not hard if your internal value system is strong, which I think this team is. Being around these kids and talking with the coaches, the only way it becomes a issue is if it starts to fracture and splinter the team. I mean, if everyone understands that you have to just move forward, then it's really easy to move past it. It's if you start to doubt yourself and you start to doubt each other, that starts to be a challenge. And knowing this coaching staff the way I do, they will work very hard to make sure that doesn't happen.
Chamberlain to Pope on 3rd and 8. There's a hold on the edge. And then Muskie's stiffen up and hold, thrown for a 2-yard loss. Be 4th and 10 from the 16, and the Muskies will decline this. They need the ball in the time.
I mean, because right now there are some other teams that are in the same situation. I can tell you right now that Iowa City West did not expect to be 0-2 right now, and neither did Pleasant Valley.
Correct.
So there are other teams in the district that are in the same boat. And yes, these are two games that may be on paper because you won them last year. You anticipated that potentially checking that same box. And there's 2 minutes left. I've witnessed crazier comebacks. I can think of 1997 Muscatine against Pleasant Valley, a similar deficit that was overcome in this time frame with a turnover, scoop, and score, and then a kickoff return for touchdown. So by no means are we writing off Muscatine in this game. But the psychological factor is something that is really up to the players and up to how they handle themselves. And that's something that I know when you have an off-season program like Muscatine has with their leadership development groups, that's why you do that. So if you find yourself in a situation like this season, you can build on it from that. And I'm fully confident in what Muscatine will do throughout the rest of the season.
2 to play. Chamberlain going to keep it straight up the gut. Muskie stiffen up and hold on 4th down. Peterson did on the tackle along with Ulsis and Anthony Sanchez.
I mean, and I didn't see the Davenport North score. I'm not sure who they played tonight or if they played on Thursday. But right now, if you're looking at the district, City High is 1-1. Iowa City West is 0-2. Linn-Mar is 1-1. If this game holds true to form, Muscatine would be 0-2. Pleasant Valley is 0-2. So there's lots of opportunities still in the district as you move forward.
You're exactly right, and that's what Jake will tell these kids 2 by 2. 1:53 left. The Muskies trail 23-6. Wieskamp back to pass. Sam looks. Going to take a shot downfield, and it's caught by Hardy out near the 40, 45, midfield. Zach Hardy down the sideline, 30.
Ooh,
he stepped out of bounds, or he may have scored. And there's a nice pitch and catch from Wieskamp to Hardy.
And so the clock's going to stop. Again, there's lots of opportunity here. Big plays all over this field.
Call that a 44-yard gain from Wieskamp to Hardy. 1st and 10 Muskies on the Jefferson 36. 1:43 to play. Muskies have trips left. McDaniel to the right. Wieskamp gives to Nimley. Tim over the right side. Bounces at 30. Cuts back near the 25. See, he may have another first down.
Gotta go, no huddle. You gotta go. We got a player down.
Nimley's down on the ground.
Stop the clock.
And now they've stopped the clock. He's inside the 26. It's a first down. Tough run for Nimley. 1:35 left. Tim Nimley been a workhorse tonight. We'll get the official stat line on him at the end of this one, but he's got to be 200 yards.
202 yards so far.
202 after that run. How many carries there, Joel? Do you have that?
Looks like, I'm not sure how many carries yet, though. 25 carries. 25
carries for 202 for Nimley. 8 yards a pop. Pretty good night.
Big thank you to Mr. Zimmerman helping us with those statistics tonight.
The great Mr. Zimmerman. Nimley
Timmerman,
really getting
Timmerman.
help.
Timmerman.
Timmerman. Did you say Zimmerman?
I did.
Timmerman. He's from the Dubuque area.
Sorry.
And yeah, there's Timmermans up there. The great Bob Timmerman used to be the head football coach at Dubuque, Hempstead, and Dyersville Beckman. 1st and 10. Muskies on the Jefferson 26. 1:33 to play, and Jefferson leads the Muskies 23-6. Mentor Cooper in the backfield now for Nimley. And the clock is ticking. Wieskamp gets a snap, back to pass, sets, takes a shot, intercepted at the 10. And that's going to be Robinson. They're going to spot it at the 9. Jamari Robertson with the pick. And with 1:20 left, Jefferson takes over. Muskies can only stop at once, and Jeff will probably just get in victory formation here.
Yeah, it was a tight window that Sam was trying to get that ball into, and nice play from the Jefferson corner to sag back and get that interception.
And it is, they'll take a knee here. Jefferson, we knew they'd be a handful. They played Kennedy tough a week ago, lost 21-10. And Kennedy's certainly a top 10 program.
And looks like Coach Mueller might just let the clock continue. Call this timeout. And Davenport North did lose to Dubuque tonight. I think they played Hempstead.
Senior, I believe.
Dubuque senior.
Yep. Coyle comes up surrounded by Thompson and Moore. And he'll take another knee, and that'll do it. That'll be the final snap of the game. Stay tuned after the game for the Toyota of Muscatine post-game show as the Muskies had a hard time scratching the scoreboard tonight. Jefferson, got to give him credit, played a pretty good football game. And the final score here from Kingston Stadium, Cedar Rapids Jefferson 23 and the Muscatine Muskies 6. We're going to step away for 2 minutes and we'll be back with the Toyota Muscatine post-game show. You're listening to Muskie Football on the Muscatine Muskie Sports Network.
Your final score this evening.
All right, guys, we got some great news. There's a rumor out there. There's a huge sales call coming in today.
Good thing Jimmy's not here to steal my thunder again. A big sale? I wonder who it is. Huh? Did I pack a tuna sandwich this morning? Why wasn't I in the last commercial?
All right, everyone on the same page?
You guys are not going to believe this.
Oh, I got it.
Oh, hello, this is Jim. Can I help you?
Yep. Thank you for the business.
Poop Pals for your local pet waste management, lawn care service, snow removal, and much more. Starting as low as $7, call your friendly neighborhood pooper scoopers for a quote. Proud supporter of Muskie Sports.
Mexican restaurant is where Muskie fans go before the game. Our Southern Mexican cuisine is truly unique to Muscatine, and we make sure everyone who walks in is treated like family. Chicharo's Mexican Restaurant is a proud supporter of Muskie Athletics.
My name is Brad Kistner, owner of Avenue Subs. Avenue Subs has been a local favorite in Muscatine for years, and we're dedicated to bringing you big sandwiches and big smiles. We're community-driven and proud to call Muscatine our home. On behalf of all the employees at Avenue Subs, go Muskies!
Channel Seed knows that farmers are never off the clock, and neither are they. Anybody can sell you seed. Only a Channel Seedsman gives you everything you need to make the most of it. See your local Channel Seedsman, Matt Fletcher in Muscatine. Channel Seed is a proud sponsor of Muskie Sports.
We are back at Kingston Stadium, and the final score here tonight, Cedar Rapids Jefferson defeated the Muscatine Muskies 23-6. There was no scoring in the first quarter. The second quarter, Jefferson blocked a punt, and they took over, didn't gain any yardage. They traveled 0 yards, but Jacob Cross, their fine field goal kicker, knocked through a 41-yard field goal. They led the Muskies 4:31 left in the first half. The Muskies got a fumble of their own on a Leggins fumble, and they went 38 yards in 5 plays, and Tim Nimley ran it in from 26 yards out. Muskies PAT no good. They led 6-3 with 2 minutes to play in the first half. Jefferson wasn't done yet, though. A big return on the kickoff by Leggins to the 48-yard line. Then they traveled down to the Muskie 12, kicked a 29-yard field goal with 14 seconds left in the first half to tie it at 6. In the third quarter, no scoring, and it was a defensive battle, both sides of the ball. Really a good defensive battle. Nobody just playing for field position, just the punt game. Fourth quarter, the Muskies coughed the ball up. Leggins took it in 9 yards from the touchdown run on 3rd down and goal from the 9, a 22-yard drive. PAT good by Cross. They led 13-6, 11:52 to play in the fourth. That was the first play of the fourth quarter. Muskies coughed it up again, and this time it was Gabe Coyle on the receiving end from Jacob Coyle on a 10-yard touchdown pass on 3rd and goal from the 10. PAT good. They led 20-6, 7:43 left, and then the nail in the coffin, one more field goal late with 4:01 to play by Jacob Cross from 38 yards, and Jefferson had all the points they needed. A 23-6 beating of the Muskies tonight. The Muskies fall to 0-2. Jefferson now 1-1 on the season. And Joel, really, Jefferson played this game at their tempo. This is how they want to play football. Good defense, punt game, run the ball, and it was effective tonight to capitalize on some key Muskie turnovers.
Yeah, their kicking game really kind of set the tone early for them, kept them in it with the 2 field goals early on, and they had some nice punts to change the field position. Really was kind of the story of the game. You know, Muscatine was able to turn them over twice in the first half, but then Jefferson was able to even up the turnover margin there in the second half. So it really was a factor in the game.
All that being said, Muscatine had an outstanding performance by their All-State junior running back, Tim Nimley. He was the load tonight.
Yeah, our Guadalajara Mexican restaurant offensive player of the game is Tim Nimley, the tailback for the Muskies. Another outstanding outing for the junior running back. And on the defensive side of the ball, our Eastern Iowa Community College defensive player of the game, Diego Rangel, really stood out to me tonight. May not have shown up in the tackle stat sheet as much. I do believe he did recover one of the fumbles, but just really did a nice job of setting the edge, staying home, and doing some of the little things that you need your outside linebacker. Really nice game from the junior.
And there you have it, folks. We want to thank Muscatine Power and Water, the great people at MPW, for our post-game show tonight. Great sponsors, and this is a thrill, folks. We're getting better, too. Week 2, we're better than Week 1, and these guys from Discover Muscatine working their tails off to bring you a great product here. We're proud to be a part of it. You can put up with Brian and Joel. You guys can put up with a lot, and we're really proud to bring you this. This is unique for a community of Muscatine. A lot of parts at play, and we're doing the best we can. The Muskies bounce back, folks. Next week, homecoming at Muscatine Community Stadium. Pack that house. These kids want to hear you loud and proud next week at Muscatine Community Stadium as they host Davenport West.
Yeah, you were asking me a little bit about how do you come back from this when you may have had expectations of starting 2-0, and here you are 0-2. Honestly, homecoming helps you do that because there's so many other things to get your mind, off of maybe the negative. There's so many positive things that happen throughout the community events that week. It might not be a bad thing to have a little bit of a distraction going on in some of the athletes' minds this next week.
Next week, folks, till we meet again, please pack the house, Muscatine Community Stadium. For my partner Joe Crossar and Brian Musell, proudly bringing you Muskie football on Discover Muscatine. Final score from Kingston Stadium, Cedar Rapids, Jefferson, 23, and the Muscatine Muskies 6. Thanks for watching and listening. You've been listening to Muskie football and watching it on the Muscatine Muskie Sports Network.